Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs pregame show. Laredo Lemurs baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with the Laredo Lemurs pregame show.
All right, Lemurs fans, welcome to Joe Becker Stadium here in Joplin, Missouri, as the Laredo Lemurs get ready for Game 2 of this three-game set. Last night was a big win for the Laredo Lemurs as they came out here to Joplin, Missouri last night and won the game big by a final score of 20-5. Just a crazy victory last night for the Laredo Lemurs. They put up 6 home runs, which ties a franchise record for the team. So a lot of home runs in yesterday's game. They had 2 home runs in the first inning, a 3-run home run by Dennis Phipps, and a 2-run home run by Juan Silverio. Later on in the ball game, Luke Bailey got a hold of 2 home runs. He had a 3-run homer in the 4th inning, and he also picked up a 2-run home run in the 8th inning. And we saw Jayudi Valdez pick up a home run in yesterday's ball game as well, along with Byron Wiley, who hit a big one in the 5th inning. Part of an 8-run 5th inning put up by the Lemurs. It was a grand slam home run by Byron Wiley to help him break out of a little bit of a slump that he was in. So the Lemurs move on today, and they start to look forward, and they will have a new pitcher on the mound for them. Well, not a new pitcher, but a pitcher that was different than the one from yesterday. Matt Lucen going to go ahead and take the hill again for the Laredo Lemurs, and he's going to be facing off against a former Lemur, John Jones. For Lucen, he goes to the mound with a record of 1 win and 2 losses, a 4.85 ERA over 6 starts for the Lemurs. He has thrown in 29 and 2/3 innings so far this season. John Jones going to the mound for Joplin. John Jones with no record, no wins, no losses, a 6.75 ERA in 6 games pitched. He has not started a game yet this year for Joplin, but he gets into the starting rotation today for the Joplin Blasters. So the Lemurs looking to make it 2 in a row here against the first-place Joplin Blasters, and they are currently 4 games out behind Joplin as we enter play here today in the American Association South Division. Remember, Wichita is between both Joplin and Laredo in the American Association South. So 3 teams up there at the top. They're all fighting for that first place spot. And right now, Joplin is in first place. Well, there goes the Joplin Blasters out onto the field here. John Jones, like I mentioned, a former Lemur. He pitched with the Lemurs for a short time back in 2013. So we're going to be able to catch up with him tonight here as the Laredo Lemurs take on the Joplin Blasters. So we're just about ready for the national anthem. We'll bring that live to you here at the ballpark at Joe Becker Stadium tonight. And we'll go ahead and turn it over to the public address announcer.
At home and abroad, as Lori Lindsay sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the land that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Starting lineups and first pitch coming your way next.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's the perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club.
Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
Laredo Lemurs Baseball is on the air, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with all your Laredo Lemurs play-by-play action.
All right, Lemurs fans, here we go from Joplin, Missouri. The Lemurs ready to take on the Joplin Blasters. Game 2 of this 3-game set. The Lemurs won last night 20-5. And let's go and get to the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the Lemurs, J.U.D. Valdez is going to lead off. He'll play second base. Abel Nieves is going to play first base. He'll bat second. Kevin Taylor's out in right field. He'll bat in the 3-hole. Dennis Phipps playing center fielder. He'll bat fourth. Byron Wiley out in left field tonight. He had a grand slam in last night's ball game. He's going to bat in the 5 spot. Juan Silverio going to play third base. He is going to bat in the 6th spot. Brian Peterson. Lemurs have re-signed Brian Peterson today. He is in there catching tonight, batting 7th. I'll tell you a little bit about that as we move on throughout the game. Luke Bailey working as the DH tonight and batting 8th, and Jared Medeiros will play shortstop and bat 9th for the Laredo Lemurs. So here we go. Getting ready to step into the batter's box for the Lemurs is J.U.D. Valdez. And we're ready for baseball here as John Jones, the lefty, will rock and fire. And a fastball is on the outside corner for a strike. The first pitch is in there at 6:38. And our game time temperature is 90 degrees here tonight, and the wind not blowing quite as hard as it was yesterday. It was very brisk last night, around 15 miles an hour. It's only 8 miles an hour today as the next pitch misses high and away. So 1 ball and 1 strike to J.U.D. Valdez, Abel Nieves, and Kevin Taylor. Those are your first 3 batters here in the ballgame for the Laredo Lemurs. Lemurs wearing their camouflage uniforms today, the Desert Storm unis. Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss, and John Jones pulls the string on that one, and it dives right underneath the bat of the swinging J.U.D. Valdez. Well, once again, I'll mention the camera angle here. I know a lot of people not listening last night, and they're tuning in today for the ball game. Not much we can do about the camera angle, not getting third base in and the rest of the left field for you, as timeout's called at the plate. We are so close to the field here in Joe Becker Stadium that we cannot bring the camera back any further to get third base into the picture, so I apologize about that, but it's a very, very small stadium, and we're very close to the field. Here's a wild swing and a miss there by J.U.D. Valdez on a fastball high and away, and that's a strikeout, and that's how the game gets going here tonight at Joe Becker Stadium. So 1 down in the ball game, and Abel Nieves coming up to the plate. So Nieves in yesterday's ball game for the Laredo Lemurs ended up going 2 for 5. He scored a couple of runs. He picked up a base hit and scored a run back in the first. He picked up another base hit in the 4th inning. He ended up stealing a bag that inning, and he scored a run after a walk in the 5th. Here's a pitch from the lefty, John Jones, to Abel Nieves, and he takes a fastball right on the outside corner, slightly above the belt. So no balls and 1 strike. No score in the early going in this ball game. Just underway here from Joe Becker. This has quickly become one of my favorite stadiums. The 0-1 pitch, inside out it over to right field, moving on the run and having it slip over his head is Solorzano. The ball goes all the way out to the wall and up the hill. Going into second base is Abel Nieves. He's going to have a stand-up double. So Abel Nieves starts the Lemurs off with 1 out. He picks up a double. Solorzano started going sideways towards center field to get to that baseball, and the ball had a lot more loft underneath it than what Solorzano expected, and it just soared over his head. It bounced on the hill out there and went up and hit the wood wall. So if you weren't with us last night, there is a hill that goes up out in the outfield. Well, usually, I guess hills do go up. Well, I guess it depends on where you're standing, right? If you're on top of the hill, it goes down. If you're standing at the bottom of the hill, it goes up, right? That makes sense. Here's Kevin Taylor, the left-handed batter for the Lemurs, with a runner at second base. And the pitch. That hits the inside corner for a strike. So, yeah, there's a hill out there in right field here at Joe Becker Stadium. One of the unique things about this ballpark, and it goes from the right field line all the way to right center field, right where center field and right center field come together. There's a hill. Kind of strange. Here's the 0-1. That one pegs the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Kind of explained it yesterday. As you're out there in right center, it's about a 3-foot hill, and then as it goes deeper and deeper towards the right field line, it gets to be a steeper and steeper hill. So you get maybe 8 feet in right center. As you go along, maybe it's a 10-foot hill, and then down to a 15-foot hill at the 317 marker. Maybe it's a 17-foot hill at the 317 marker. I'm not sure. I haven't measured it. No balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Jones holds. He sets. He throws. And that one misses outside just by a little tiny bit, but a good pitch there on an 0-2 count. You don't want to come too close and give something to Taylor to whack out of the ballpark there on an 0-2 count. You want it just to be fine enough where it's tempting, but not close enough to do any damage on it because you're ahead in the count as a pitcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So John Jones out there holds the mitt against his thighs. He looks in and gets the sign. Kevin Taylor went 2 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. He had a couple of walks in yesterday's game as well. The 1-2 delivery is in the same spot, just off the plate a little bit. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Taylor having a nice season for the Laredo Lemurs. It has been so fun to watch this young man get out there and play baseball for Laredo. He's been very impressive, and you can see that he's sitting in a 3-hole now for Laredo as the batter. He's batting .371 on the year. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that one swung on and grounded on 1 hop right back to John Jones. They have a bell in the air between second and third. They'll throw the ball over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to throw it to Glasser. Glasser will tag out a Bell Nieves, and Kevin Taylor takes off for second base. You could actually see Abel Nieves waving on Taylor, telling him, hey, get to second. I'm probably going to get out here. And if you get to second base, at least we'll have a runner in scoring position. So Abel Nieves was able to hang up long enough to give Taylor the chance to get over to second base. So good heads-up play there by Abel Nieves, even though he was caught in the rundown. So the out goes 1-6-5. And that's going to do it for Nieves, and that's going to make the second out of the inning. But Kevin Taylor is at second on the fielder's choice. And Dennis Phipps is coming up to the plate. So an open bag at first, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Dennis Phipps worked around here. He might see some pitches, but I don't know if he'll get anything to hit. We'll have to wait and see, of course, how brave John Jones is. The Lemurs center fielder, Dennis Phipps, yesterday ended up going 1 for 4, but he had a big 3-run home run in the first inning to set the pace for the game for the Laredo Lemurs. Lemurs, remember, yesterday scored 20 runs in the ball game. Ridiculous. Here's the first pitch to Phipps, and that misses outside. And I had some of the guys ask me if that was a record, and it was not. Lemurs scored 22 runs in a game last year against Amarillo. So that's a pretty silly number. 22 runs up on the board, and last night was pretty silly as well. 20 runs up on the board. Here comes the 1-0 delivery to Phipps, and that one is swung on, missed a breaking ball. Ooh, a big nasty curve there from John Jones, and Phipps fooled on that one. He almost came out of his shoes on that pitch. So Dennis Phipps will see another one coming up. No score here. We have 2 outs in the top of the first from Joe Becker. We like to call it the Joe. Well, my second day in here. I guess I can call it the Joe, right? 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit of a sway there in the stance by Dennis Phipps as he awaits his pitch. Here it comes. That one swung on, and a soft liner up the middle. That is going to get through for a hit. Taylor's going to be waved home, and the Lemurs are going to take an early 1-0 lead. Phipps just hit the ball off the end of the bat and just poked it right up the middle. And he gets himself a single and an RBI. So for Phipps, that's his 26th RBI on the season. And Byron Wiley coming up to the plate. So Taylor was off and running as soon as the ball was put into play, so he scored easily as soon as the ball got by the second baseman, Luna. By the way, here's your umpires for tonight's game. Taylor Payne behind the plate. Taylor bringing the pain. Sounds like a WWE wrestler. Art Thigpen is at first base, and Lance Salehammer, he's over between second and third right now, but he's the third base umpire. Excuse me, he's between first and second. Here's the pitch to Wiley, and that one misses low for a ball. So Wiley with a grand slam home run in yesterday's ball game to break out of an 0 for 25 slump. So good to see Wiley get a couple of hits in yesterday's game. He also picked up a double yesterday. Wiley with an open stance from the left side, bangs that bat against his back shoulder a couple of times before the pitch is thrown, and now Toss over to first base, and Dennis Phipps is back in easily. It was just a soft toss by the starting pitcher, John Jones. Phipps on the year does have 5 stolen bases, kind of secretly taking those bases. He's really not a huge stolen base guy, but Phipps will take bags if you don't really pay a whole lot of attention to him. But John Jones, a lefty, it'll be pretty hard for him not to pay any attention to Phipps. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, and that's popped way high and way foul, and that's probably going to get back into the parking lot. And if you listen closely, it might break a window. There it is. I heard it. A broken window. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Yesterday we were working under some clear skies. Today it's kind of hazy above. Not quite as hot as it was yesterday, but still muggy, still sticky. Phipps tries to go, and then John Jones throws home, and Phipps put on the brakes, and Wiley swings through a breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I thought Phipps was going to go for sure there, and all of a sudden he just put on the brakes. Lemurs up 1-0. We're in the top of the first inning. Lemurs scored first in yesterday's game, putting up 5 runs. So Wiley waving the bat over the plate here. He swings a 2-toned colored bat. He's got an ash-colored bat up on top, and it's been dipped in the black stuff down on bottom. Here's a 1-hopper right back to the first baseman, Taylor. Taylor will grab the ball and touch the bag, and that's going to be the 3rd out here. But the Lemurs come up with 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. The Joplin Blasters are coming up to the plate. 1-0 Lemurs.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
All right, back to action here. Let's go and get to the Blasters starting lineup for tonight. Michael Gonzalez leading off and playing short. Batting second is Mitch Glasser. He's playing third base. Carlos Ramirez doing the catching. He'll bat third. Yanier Bayo going to work as the DH and bat fourth. Omar Luna's the second baseman. He'll bat in the 5 spot. Steve Tinoco playing left field. He'll bat fifth. Scratch that 6th. Batting 7th is Jake Taylor and playing first base. And Jesus Solorzano playing right field and batting in the 8 hole. Gabe Suarez will play center field and bat 9. So here's Michael Gonzalez getting ready to step into the batter's box. Michael Gonzalez, a former member of the El Paso Diablos. Also played with the Lincoln Salt Dogs last season for a short time. And now he's in a Joplin Blasters uniform. Here's the pitch from Matt Lucen, the starting pitcher for the Lemurs tonight, as that one clips the inside corner for a strike on a fastball. 1-0 Lemurs. They score a run when Dennis Phipps brings in Kevin Taylor for Laredo from second base. The 0-1 pitch high and outside evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael Gonzalez in yesterday's game for the Joplin Blasters went 1 for 2. He ended up not playing the whole game after the Lemurs took a commanding lead in the ball game. He got taken out. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one is inside for a ball. Gonzalez was taken out, and Jake Taylor was put into the ball game. Jake Taylor ended up going 0 for 3 on the night. So Matt Lucen stares over his mitt. He'll go into the full windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that makes Michael Gonzalez jump out of the way. Michael's first name is spelled kind of oddly. Not really used to this. You know, you're used to the regular spelling of Michael. Michael Gonzalez's name is spelled M-A-I-K-O-L. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. swung on, popped up. That one might get into short left field. Going out the shortstop is Medeiros, and now the second baseman, Valdez, calls him off, and he'll collide with Medeiros, but Valdez will make the catch out there in short left center field. So a little bit of a communication issue there as Valdez comes over and takes the ball away from Medeiros. Of course, these two guys haven't been playing with each other for a long time, so they're just still getting used to each other and how they play. And Valdez speaks very little English. I think he speaks a whole lot of Spanish, though. And I don't know about Medeiros. I'm pretty sure all he speaks is English. But I haven't asked him if he speaks Spanish. Here's Mitch Glasser. And he showed bunt, pulls back, and watches that one miss low and outside. 1-0 Lemurs. Silverio was rushing in on that one from third base. Silverio will now move back. He's going to play just slightly behind the bag at third. 1 ball and no strikes. And the high leg kick and the throw home, and that one is low and outside. Lemurs will play one more day here tomorrow before heading home and getting ready to take on the Grand Prairie Air Hogs. So Lemurs are going to try to take a couple more games before they get out of here. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one hits the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike for Glasser. In yesterday's game, he went 1 for 5, and Lucen delivers. That one swung on, a little inside out, pop up down the right field line. It's going to fall for a base hit, and no one covering second base, and now the shortstop Medeiros gets over there. So that one off the handle of the bat and just went right down the right field line, a bloop over the head of the first baseman, Abel Nieves. And Mitch Glasser has himself a single. And here comes former Lemur Carlos Ramirez. A lot of former Lemurs splashed all over the place. So here's your defensive lineup for Laredo. Byron Wiley playing left. Dennis Phipps is in center. Kevin Taylor over there in right. Juan Silverio playing third base. Jared Medeiros is at short. Jeudy Valdez is at second. And Abel Nieves at first base. And the very first Lemurs catcher, Brian Peterson, is behind the plate tonight. Peterson joined the club back in 2012 when the team was born. It was fresh. It was new. Here's the pitch to Carlos Ramirez, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. This is actually 2 Lemurs catchers at the plate right now. Carlos Ramirez caught for the Lemurs last year after the exit of Brian Peterson. But Brian Peterson back in a Lemurs uniform, and it's good to see him back in the crouch behind the plate for Laredo. Here's the 0-1. That one hits the outside corner for a strike. So Luke Bailey still in the lineup for the Lemurs today. He's been the catcher this season for Laredo. But Lemurs manager Pete Incaviglia decided to bring in Brian Peterson for his veteran leadership. Brian Peterson is 37 years old and still catching professionally. That is not easy to do, but he is in very good shape. Saw him take some batting practice today. It looks like he still has his stroke down. So we'll see what he can do during the season for the Laredo Lemurs. Welcome back, Brian Peterson. Fun to watch you play, my friend. Here's the 0-2. That one is swung and a miss. A snap throw down to first base, and diving back in head first is Mitch Glasser. Now it's strike 3 to Carlos Ramirez. So that's going to be the second out in the inning. So 1-0 Laredo, and coming up to the plate now is Yanier Bayo. Bayo working as the designated hitter tonight. He's also a catcher sometimes. The catcher tonight is Carlos Ramirez. So yesterday it was flip-flopped. Well, actually, Ramirez yesterday was at first base. Toss over to first base, and diving back in again is Mitch Glasser. Glasser with only 1 stolen base this season, but the Lemurs paying some attention to him right now. So Lucen out of the stretch, looking in and getting the sign. Bayo into the batter's box, a right-handed batter, swinging a black-coated bat. Glasser was doing some dancing over there at first base, and Matt Lucen stepped off the back of the rubber and threw over to first, and there was no play on the runner, but still got to make sure he doesn't try to take off for second base. 1-0 Lemurs. Here's the pitch. That one glides across the outside corner right at the knees. A good fastball there by Lucen, and makes the count 0 balls and 1 strike to Yanier Bayo. Bayo, a new addition here to the club for the Joplin Blasters. Hasn't been around too long, only a couple of days, as the tag goes down on the runner at first base. But Glasser is back in time. Bayo only playing in his 5th game with the club. Has hit in 4 straight ball games here for the Joplin Blasters, though. He's showing a good bat. The pitch is swung on, and that's popped back up into the screen. The screen is very, very close to home plate. That ball gets back there very, very easily. So Bayo with a .389 batting average in the early going. Of course, a lot easier to have a high batting average at the start when you just get going after playing only 4 games. But so far, he has picked up 7 hits in his time with the Joplin Blasters. No balls and 2 strikes. Lucen way ahead in the count. He throws here, and that one's fouled straight back. Lucen may have got a little bit too much plate that time on an 0-2 pitch. He put that one right on the outside corner, and if you're going to throw that 0-2, I'm telling you, you got to keep it away or keep it somewhere where it's tempting but not really hittable. No balls and 2 strikes. Still a runner at first and 1-0 for Laredo. Matt Lucen now and Brian Peterson will reconnect after Bayo decides to take off his helmet and wipe his brow. He's got to get that sweat off of his helmet. Like I said, not quite as hot as it was yesterday, but still muggy outside. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A check swing. They'll check down with the first base umpire. Art Thigpen said he did not go around. Art Thigpen, a veteran umpire here in the American Association. We've seen him since the Lemurs got started back in 2012. Always fun to run into Art Thigpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2, 2 outs.
Nieves holding on the runner, and the pitch is swung, and that's fouled away. So a battle going on here between Bayo and Lucen. And now Brian Peterson's going to step out from behind home plate. He's going to run up and talk to Matt Lucen. Well, Matt Lucen and Brian Peterson probably just meeting today. I don't think these guys have crossed paths before. But Brian Peterson now is going to talk things over with Lucen. And if you're Matt Lucen, I would make sure you pay attention to what Brian Peterson has to say. He has caught a lot of baseball games in his day. Like I said earlier, he's 37 years old, and he is a veteran presence there behind the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. He has really been a big part of why the Lemurs have had success when he was with the club in 2012 and 2013. When he calls pitches, guys usually listen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. It gets between the legs of Peterson, and that's going to go ahead and allow the runner to go up to second base. So a wild pitch there. And Bayo is going to be seeing a 2-2 pitch coming up. So a runner at second base. Lemurs kind of had the same situation when they were up at the plate earlier in the ball game. There was a runner at second and 2 down. And then Dennis Phipps ended up driving in the run. So the Lemurs are going to try to keep that from happening. Bayo just waves the bat over the plate. Now he'll come set, hands close to the body, and the 2-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball that misses away. So moves the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the first inning lasting a long time here so far. Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches in the first inning. Lucen checks on second. He'll throw home on the 3-2. That one swung on, popped up. That may be playable in foul territory. Lucen in foul territory, given away to Abel Nieves in the first base coaching box. Nieves will make the catch, and the Lemurs get out of the trouble without giving up a run. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're going to the top of the second inning. Lemurs up 1-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
All right, back to action here as we go to the top of the second inning. Lemurs up 1-0. Kevin Taylor reached on a fielder's choice, ended up going up to second base. And as Abel Nieves ended up getting in a pickle on the fielder's choice, so Taylor took second on that play. And then Dennis Phipps came in and drove him home. So that's how the Lemurs got their run. And here's Juan Silverio to start things off for Laredo with John Jones up on the hill. The big lefty throws, and that one misses very high and very outside. So 1-0 Lemurs on 2 hits so far tonight. Silverio started his professional career at the age of 17 out of the Dominican Republic and was signed by the Chicago White Sox as a non-drafted free agent. The 1-0 delivery. That one misses low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Silverio played from 2008 through 2012 with the White Sox organization before getting picked up by Cincinnati. He played for the Reds farm system for the last 2 years and made it up to AAA Louisville. The Louisville Bats. Here comes the 2-0 kick and throw. And that is slightly inside. So make it 3 balls and no strikes to Juan Silverio. The Lemurs looking to get that leadoff man on. Silverio batting out of the 6-hole this evening for Laredo. He's been a nice addition to the club, especially over at third base. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one is called a strike right at the letters. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The Lemurs at the beginning of the season really didn't have a third baseman or somebody that normally plays third. They've had guys play third base, but not until Juan Silverio got here did they actually have a guy that knows how to play third base on a regular basis. The 3-1, a big swing and a miss there, and Silverio's now looking at a 3-2 count. So that was a breaking ball out of the hand of John Jones. So Silverio will tap the plate a couple of times. He's ready to go. John Jones will work quickly and throw home, and that one is called strike 3. Wow. John Jones working backwards. Silverio had a 3-0 count on him, and John Jones works it out where he ends up getting a strikeout, and Silverio goes down looking. Silverio thought it was inside, and he's not one to argue too much. And here comes the former Lemur, Brian Peterson, back in a Lemurs uniform. Very good to see this guy back in a Lemurs uniform. It's almost like this is where he belongs. This is his home. He's 37 years old and stepping into the batter's box once again for the Laredo Lemurs. Last year he played for the Grand Prairie Airhogs. Here's the pitch to Brian Peterson, and it misses low and inside. So Peterson taps the plate, and he wears the familiar number 26 on his back. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that one is high and outside. So Peterson, last year with the Grand Prairie Airhogs, played in 39 games. He lives up there in that area near Fort Worth. And the Grand Prairie area is between Arlington and Dallas. So pretty easy for him to get from the Fort Worth area over to Grand Prairie last season. Here's the 2-0, and that one swung in a line drive into right field. Solorzano moving backward, and right over the head it goes of Solorzano. It lands on the big hill out there, and Peterson hustling. He's going for a double, and the throw is coming in, and he slides in safely. The tag is off just a little bit. Michael Gonzalez laid the tag down, and Peterson looked like he was out from here, but the umpire at second base said he slipped in there underneath the tag. The throw made it there before Brian Peterson slid into second, and the tag just must have been off. So Brian Peterson with a double to get things going for the Laredo Lemurs, and Peterson at 37 years old legging it out and trying to get in there as quickly as he could. He was almost thrown out, but he made it. So he got a double in his first at bat for the Lemurs here this year. He's batting 1,000. Here's Luke Bailey, also a catcher for the Lemurs, but working as the designated hitter tonight for the Lemurs. The lefty, John Jones, he'll throw home. That one is high for a ball. Yeah, so last year for Peterson in Grand Prairie in 39 games, he ended up batting .235. And he played with Laredo in 2012 and in 2013. With the Lemurs in 2012, he hit .284. And in the 2013 season, he hit .289. Luke Bailey takes a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. I'll tell you a little bit more about Brian Peterson and his time here throughout minor league baseball. This guy could have played Major League Baseball as a catcher. Defensively, for sure. I think he was just missing that bat element to get him up to the big leagues. The 1-1 pitch swung, and that's fouled off. But if you look at Brian Peterson's lifetime batting average throughout minor league baseball, he's batting .274 throughout his whole time in the minors. So he's got a pretty strong batting average for a catcher, and that definitely could have related as a professional. His total hits as a professional is over 900. In fact, he's now 7 hits away from getting 1,000 hits in his career. Pretty impressive. So Brian Peterson over there at second base, and a 1-2 count on Luke Bailey. John Jones shakes yes to the catcher, Carlos Ramirez. He'll come set, and the pitch. Big bender, and that one stays high. I think Ramirez may have been crossed up out there behind the plate. I think he was looking for something fast, and he got a breaking ball. Of course, with a runner at second base, that could happen from time to time. A guy gets crossed up. Remember, they change the signs when there's a runner at second, so if normally a 1's a fastball, it might be a 3's a fastball when there's a runner at second. Here's the 2-2, swung in a pop-up, shallow center. Coming in Suarez. Peterson's on the run. He's going to head up to third base. And that's going to put runners at the corners with one out for the Laredo Lemurs. So Luke Bailey reach out and touches that one and just pops it into shallow center field. And he gets a base hit, and that'll put runners at the corners now for the Laredo Lemurs. So the Lemurs now officially have 3 catchers on the club. Luke Bailey, who's at first base, Brian Peterson, who's at third, and a guy that's batting in the 3-hole tonight, Kevin Taylor. But Kevin Taylor can play some infield spots and can also play the outfield very well, so the Lemurs will use him all over the place. We've seen Taylor catch a couple of times this season, but he's really not the main catcher for Laredo, especially now with Brian Peterson here. So here's Jared Maderos into the batter's box with runners at the corners and one out. Lemurs up 1-0. John Jones sets at the chest. He'll throw home. Bunt shown, and it's bunted up the third baseline. Peterson doesn't try to come home, but Maderos is trying to leg it out at first base. And now Art Thigpen said that the out is made at first, and moving up to second base is Luke Bailey. So Peterson did not try to come home on the bunt attempt. And the ball was dropped there by Taylor at first base, but Art Thigpen said it was dropped on the exchange. So Maderos is out. That's going to be the second out in the inning, and here comes Jeudy Valdez. So Valdez has runners at second and third and an opportunity to drive in two if he can get a base hit. Lemurs up 1-0, but looking to extend it with 2 down. Jeudy Valdez ready to go. So is John Jones. Here's the pitch, and that's a big breaking ball that stays up high to the batter. Lemurs won the first game of this series last night, trying to get game number 2 underneath their belt here this evening. Valdez starts the day batting .353 for Laredo. The 1-0 pitch, he swings and fouls that one off to the on-deck circle. So it's a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Valdez was born in Bonnie of the Dominican Republic and was signed as a non-drafted free agent at the age of 17 by the San Diego Padres. He spent 9 seasons in the Padres organization, hitting .252 with 56 home runs and 345 RBI, so he picked up a lot of ribbies in the Padres organization. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 down. Well, with the Missions, last year he hit .238. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And John Jones kicks and throws, and that one is high for a ball. So make it 3 balls and 1 strike now to Jeudy Valdez. Actually, check that. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. They changed the scoreboard up here immediately. As soon as that ball misses, they are right on top of it with the balls and strikes. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Usually there's a little bit of a pause. You can actually see it change as the next pitch misses high. So now it's 3-1. 1-0 Laredo, and Jeudy Valdez may see something good to hit here, but there is an open bag at first base, so John Jones does not have to come in, but I would take my chances with Jeudy Valdez instead of having to pitch to Abel Nieves, a guy that is known around the league for getting base hits. Jeudy Valdez pretty new to the league. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, and that's fouled back, so John Jones went right after Valdez, and he threw one over the middle of the plate, and it was right at the letters. Valdez tried to put a charge into it, and he ends up fouling it back. So he'll take a leisurely stroll around home plate, take a practice swing before he steps back into the batter's box. And the Lemurs shortstop / second baseman is sitting on a 3-2 count now. 2 outs in the inning. Lemurs up 1-0. Peterson's at third base for Laredo, and at second is Luke Bailey. Here's the 3-2. That one is called strike 3. Valdez jackknifed out of the way of that one, but John Jones gets the punch out. So he punches out Juan Silverio to start the inning looking, and now he punches out Jeudy Valdez to go down looking with runners in scoring position. That's going to do it for Laredo. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We're going to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Laredo. Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, well, you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
All right, for the Joplin Blasters, they're going to send Omar Luna up to the plate. He'll be followed by Steve Tinoco, and then Jake Taylor will make his way up as well. 1-0 Lemurs, but they left two runners stranded there in the top of the second inning. So the Lemurs are going to try to play some good defense here and see what they can do, as the fans here are yelling over something. Don't know quite what it is, but they're making a lot of noise. So the batter, Omar Luna, working his way up to the plate as the throw goes down to second base. The Lemurs throw the ball around the horn, and we're ready to go. So Luna, Tinoco, and Taylor. And Luna playing in his 26th game of the year for the Joplin Blasters. He's got 32 hits and 100 at-bats. He's batting .320 on the season. So off to a good start for Omar Luna. Luna in his 9th professional season is 3rd in Indy ball. He shows bunt here, pulls back, and watches it glide over the inside corner for a strike. Luna's 28 years old, and he's a native of Monte Cristi of the Dominican Republic. He spent the 2014 campaign with 4 different Indy clubs. Here's the 0-1, and he bunts that one, and it bunts it foul. So bunts it up the third baseline, foul. Yeah, he was with 4 different clubs in Indy ball in 2014. He started the 2014 season with the Laredo Lemurs, played 2 games there, so he wasn't with the Lemurs for very long. And then he went over to play for the Amarillo Sox for a couple of weeks and spending 2 months with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. So he was a traveler last year, but he seemed to have found a home here. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the kick and the throw home, and that one swung on. It's tapped off the plate. A one-hopper right back to Lucen. He's off the mound quickly. He'll throw a soft toss over to first base, and Luna's going to be retired. Omar Luna was a batting champion when he played in the Mississippi for the Mississippi Braves in Double-A ball in the Southern League. He was playing in the Braves organization. And Omar Luna ended up winning the batting championship back in 2013, I believe it was, when he's playing in the Braves, or the Braves organization with the Mississippi Braves. That year he also played for the Dodgers organization a short time and then went over to the Braves and ended up winning the batting championship. Here's Steve Tinoco, the left fielder for the Joplin Blasters. The first pitch to Tinoco, that one misses low for a ball. Lemurs up 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Tinoco, after 25 games, is batting .294. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Tinoco with 25 hits and 85 at-bats, went 1 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. The 2 previous days before that, he did not pick up a hit against the Lincoln Salt Dogs. So Lucen ready to go. He winds and throws, and that one swung on. That one's going to get popped up to the right side, and it will get open over the ballpark and back into the parking lot here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1-0 Laredo. Tinoco played his college ball for Long Beach State University. He was a dirtbag, drafted in 2010 by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 34th round. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a breaking ball called strike 3. Tinoco will go down looking, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. So Lucen coming over with a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. And that'll bring up Jake Taylor. 1-0 Laredo. Jake Taylor working as the first baseman tonight. So we did not see him at first base in yesterday's ball game. In fact, Taylor in yesterday's game for the Joplin Blasters did not get a start. He ended up coming into play later on for Michael Gonzalez. Jake Taylor now batting .238 as he steps into the box tonight. Matt Lucen will fire away, and that pitch is swung on, hit well on a line into center field. Here comes Phipps, but Phipps is going to let it drop. Good idea there by Phipps. If he would have dove for that one, it might have been trouble and could have gone over him and ended up with at least 2 bases for Jake Taylor. So Taylor gets a single. It keeps the inning alive here, and Matt Lucen worked through the first two batters pretty quickly, and here comes Jesus Solorzano. Such a fun name to say, Solorzano. It's probably one of the cooler names you'll ever see. Solorzano. They call him Han Solo around here with the Joplin Blasters. Solorzano, well, the Solo Man, I guess, is another nickname for him. Here's the pitch to Solo Man, and that's a fastball way outside. Brian Peterson has to backhand that and go into the left-handed batter's box. For the Solo Man, he's in his 7th professional season, his first in Indy ball. He's only 24 years old. He's out of Venezuela. Runner at first base and a 1-0 count. The pitch swung on, and that's tipped into the glove of the catcher, Brian Peterson. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the wind has died here. At the beginning of the ball game, it was blowing at 8 miles an hour, but pretty much gone. Just a slight breeze. Might be down to 3 to 5 miles an hour right now, but just enough to keep the air blowing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lucen sets. He throws. That one is inside for a ball. It almost got a piece of Solorzano. So now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Solorzano began his pro career back in 2009 as an 18-year-old in the Marlins farm system out of the Dominican Summer League. Runner at first base and 2 outs. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. The runner at first, Jake Taylor. Solorzano played for the Jamestown Jammers in 2012 with the New York Penn League and then suited up for the Greensboro Grasshoppers in 2013. They're in the South Atlantic League. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses high. 3-1. Oh, that's ball 4. Now Brian Peterson says, I need to talk to this young man. So that's going to send Taylor up to second base, and Solorzano is going to hit on down to first. Here's Gabe Suarez getting ready to step in. So Peterson talking things over with Lucen. And the first baseman, Abel Nieves, coming in and seeing if he could help out in any way. Abel Nieves playing first base again. He played first base last night for the Lemurs. And he's playing first base here again this evening. So here's Gabe Suarez, the center fielder. Suarez into the batter's box, swinging a unique two-toned colored bat. He has the black coating up on top, but it is a gold coating down on the bottom, kind of the Joplin Blasters colors. It's really more of a bright yellow, but I guess you can call it a gold. Kind of a unique bat. I've never seen that one before. Here's the pitch to Suarez, and that one misses inside on a fastball. 1-0 Lemurs. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Lemurs jumped out to a 1-0 lead there in the first inning. Suarez starting the day batting .222 for Joplin. Lucen holds the ball behind his back, gets the sign from the catcher Peterson. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is swung on and popped up, and then I get back out of play. Gabe Suarez is in his 11th season of professional ball and his 7th stint in the Indy ranks. He's currently 30 years old and was born in Denver and attended Arcadia High School in Phoenix, Arizona. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Gabe Suarez. Suarez waves the bat over the plate slightly. Peterson sets up right in the middle of the plate and the 1-1. And that's a breaking ball that clips the inside part of the plate for a strike. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Suarez began his pro career back in the Gulf Coast League. His first season of Indy ball was back in 2005 with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. He suited up in 21 minor league franchises, including 9 independent teams. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a slow roller up to the first baseman, Abel Nieves. Nieves throwing underhand to Lucen. Lucen covering first base, and it's in time to get the out. Nice play there by the Laredo Lemurs. That is never an easy play. The pitcher really has to be on top of it and get over there quickly and has to be able to get the ball in time to go ahead and eyeball the bag and touch the bag with his foot. So never an easy play, but the Lemurs play it pretty well. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. We're going to the top of the third inning. Lemurs up in this one by a score of 1-0.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1990. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más.
All right, that one's going to have to wait. We're ready to go here in the top of the third inning. Lemurs up 1-0. Bill Harrington along with you, coming to you from Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, Missouri. The first time the Lemurs play the Joplin Blasters here in this series, and they end up taking yesterday's game by a final score of 20-5. So the Lemurs came in here and laid down the law against the Joplin Blasters, and they wanted to show them who was boss in the American Association South. Here's the first pitch to Abel Nieves. He ropes one into left center field. That's a base hit. Nieves thinking, too, he's going to take a hard turn around first, but he's going to go and stay there. So a leadoff base hit for Abel Nieves, his second hit of the ball game. He had a double back in the first inning. He ended up getting in a pickle when Kevin Taylor hit into a fielder's choice. Nieves got out between second and third, and Taylor was able to take second. That's how the Lemurs ended up getting the run, with Dennis Phipps coming up next and driving in Kevin Taylor from second base. So it's 1-0 Lemurs, and Taylor back into the batter's box. Now John Jones, the starting pitcher out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, 6'4", 215 pounds. He went to Florida Southern. Kevin Taylor bounces one on a hop over to the first baseman. Taylor flips to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to first base, and it's not in time to turn two. So the Lemurs will have a runner at first and one down after the play. So Taylor got there quickly at first base, and John Jones, the pitcher, was covering first. He was trying to reach for the bag with his foot, and Art Thigpen calls the runner safe, so the Lemurs still have a base runner over there. So the putout goes 3-6 for the first out of the inning, and Kevin Taylor is on the fielder's choice once again. Lemurs up 1-0. And I tell you what, we're so close here at Joe Becker Stadium. I'm telling you, the game over the last 2 days, yesterday and today, seems so much faster to me. I mean, you're so used to sitting far back and the game kind of takes a leisurely pace. I actually feel a little overwhelmed on how fast the game is being this close. Here's the pitch, and that one is low and inside. I've called over 600 baseball games in my time broadcasting baseball, and this is the first time I've been this close to the field during a game. And like I said, it really makes you feel like you are close to the plate and you are in the action yourself. So everything happens just a little bit faster, which is really strange. Toss over to first base, and back in easily is Kevin Taylor. So John Jones coming into the game, the starting pitcher for Joplin. No wins, no losses, a 6.75 earned run average. He's pitching in his 7th game of the year, but he's making his first start here tonight. He last pitched against Grand Prairie on June 11th and pitched in 3 innings. A toss over to first one more time, and scattering back in is Taylor. So we got a couple of Taylors over there at first base. Kevin Taylor for the Laredo Lemurs is the runner at first base, and the first baseman is Jake Taylor for the Joplin Blasters. So a Taylor and a Taylor. And another toss over to first base, and back in again is Taylor. No tag by the first baseman Taylor on the runner Taylor. I feel like I need a Taylor right now. Good thing there's a couple of them here in the ballpark. 1 ball and no strikes. Dennis Phipps with a single and an RBI already tonight. Here's the pitch home from John Jones. That one is right on the inside part of the plate for a strike, a fastball below the belt. Good pitch there by John Jones. He hit his spot pretty perfectly. John Jones playing his 4th professional baseball season. He's been an independent ball the whole time. He's 25 years old and began his career back in the Frontier League with the London Rippers. Then they turned into the Road Warriors back in 2011. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Swung on high and deep to left. Is it going to be a fair or foul ball? It is a foul ball. It had the home run distance. In fact, it went over the fence, but slightly to the left of the foul pole. So Dennis Phipps gets into one, but it's slightly foul. So still 1-0 Laredo. Phipps with a home run in yesterday's ball game for the Lemurs in the first inning, a 3-run knock over the fence. And that was a very big shot there for Dennis Phipps last night. Well, he's starting to feel it, I can tell. He's hitting the ball very hard again. He was in a little bit of a slide there for a little while, for about 6 or 7 games, and you can tell he's starting to come out of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Phipps is going to call a timeout. Phipps with 5 home runs on the season. He's already got 26 RBIs. He picked up an RBI earlier tonight. So Jones gets the sign from Ramirez. Taylor with a runner off at first, and the pitch. Low and outside. A good fastball there, but it just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So for John Jones, he also pitched for the Alexandria Aces of the United League back in 2013. He also spent a short time with El Paso and our very own Laredo Lemurs. He pitched 8 games with the Lemurs back in 2013. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball, a big curve that goes right over the toes of Dennis Phipps. So now he's going to see a 3-2 pitch. Well, yeah, they just played the song over the loudspeaker. You could hear that, right? What is that, Mission Impossible or something like that? So that was some kind of crime show, right? Where that comes from. I forget. It's been a long time. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung and grounded up to the third baseman, staying down on his Glasser. It hits off the heel of his mitt. He recovers. He throws to first, and safe at first base is Dennis Phipps. So Phipps will reach on an error there to Glasser. And an E5 in your scorebook if you're scoring with us back at home. Byron Wiley now coming up to the plate for the Lemurs with 1 down and a runner at first and second base for Laredo. So the Lemurs keep the line moving, and that's the important part. Carlos Ramirez steps out and gives a couple of signs. He's the catcher for the Joplin Blasters. We get all 3 of the major catchers for the Lemurs right here in this ballpark. Brian Peterson now with the team. Carlos Ramirez, who was the catcher last year for the Lemurs for most of the season, here with the Joplin Blasters. And now Luke Bailey, who's the new catcher for the Lemurs this season, is with the club. Kind of strange. Here's a breaking ball that breaks away from Byron Wiley. So a lefty-lefty matchup, and the curveball breaks away from Wiley. 1 ball and no strikes. Lemurs up 1-0. Runners at first and second base and 1 out. John Jones again getting signs from Ramirez. Ramirez with a tight, compact crouch back there behind the plate. Now he'll stand up a little bit. Here's the pitch, and that one is high for a ball. Wiley able to lay off the fastball. John Jones started his college career at West Virginia University before closing out his senior season at Florida Southern. That's an NCAA Division II college in Lakeland, Florida. 2 balls and no strikes. Wiley open stance. The catcher Ramirez sets up away. Here's the 2-0, and that one is high and away. So that will be taken for a ball. Now Ramirez out from behind the crouch. He's going to go up and talk to his pitcher. So we're in the third. The Lemurs up 1-0, and John Jones slowing things down here. Ramirez with a little tap, and he's going to go head back behind the plate. Lemurs looking to put some more runs up on the board. Wiley in yesterday's ball game broke out of a slump that he was in. He ended up going 2 for 4 yesterday with a grand slam home run under his belt. When he hit that grand slam, he was 0 for his last 25. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one glides across the outside corner for a strike, make it 3-1. I mean, can you imagine all the frustration of going 0 for 25 over 8 games, and then you break out of it with a grand slam home run? I mean, what elation that is, huh? How good would that feel? The Lemurs know this guy can hit. Manager Pete Incaviglia is not afraid to get rid of guys that are not being productive, but they know that Byron Wiley can be productive, and they're waiting on him to come around. And hopefully after yesterday's ball game, he will start coming around for the Laredo Lemurs. He just picked up those 2 hits yesterday and looking to grab some more here tonight. Wiley is in his second at-bat today. He grounded out to the first baseman in his last at-bat. Here's the 3-1. No, instead a spin and a look back at second base. Kevin Taylor goes scattering back into second. So Taylor back in easily with nobody around him. Michael Gonzalez is the shortstop, and Omar Luna is the second baseman. Neither of them around Taylor. Now Gonzalez is going to step out behind him just a little bit. A couple of head nods by Jones. He delivers, the runners go. The pitch is swung on, popped up high in the air in shallow right field. Going out is a triangle of players. Solorzano, the right fielder, will make the catch. So Solorzano, Luna, and Taylor all going out for that ball. And Solorzano took over and ended up making the catch, and Wiley pops out to shallow right for the second out here in the inning. Here comes Juan Silverio now for Laredo. So let's quickly get you the scoreboard in the American Association. Lemurs and Blasters are probably the first game to get going in the American Association. So not a lot of scores to give you, but we'll go and give you what we got. Fargo's at Lincoln tonight. They're in the bottom of the third, so they probably started around the same time. Gary and Winnipeg in the top of the first inning, no score. In the bottom of the first, Grand Prairie's up 2-0 over Amarillo. Sioux Falls and Wichita just underway, and Sioux City and St. Paul. St. Paul's up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. St. Paul won yesterday's meeting between the best two teams in the American Association by record. Here's Silverio. He takes a breaking ball, lines it into left field, past Glasser. Being waved home is Taylor. He's going to come in and score. Phipps is heading over to third base. The Lemurs take a 2-0 lead. The throw goes into second base, and it's way past Silverio, and it's backed up by the right fielder, Solorzano. So Phipps is going to stay at third base. 2-0 Laredo. And a nice clutch hit there by Juan Silverio for the Lemurs to drive in that run from second. So Silverio will go into second base. They're going to give him a double, and he picks up an RBI for his efforts as well. And Kevin Taylor has now scored twice tonight for Laredo. So Taylor reaching on fielder's choices twice, but showing some productivity by coming in to score. He has been such a vital player. I mean, I think if I asked manager Pete Gavilia who's your MVP right now, he might actually point to Kevin Taylor. Dennis Phipps is right up there as well, but those two guys have both been very, very productive. So now a visit by the pitching coach for the Joplin Blasters, and the pitching coach is actually last night's starter for Joplin, Rob Tejeda. He actually was released today and signed as the pitching coach by the Joplin Blasters, so he was not too good on the mound yesterday. The Lemurs got to him early and often. He pitched in 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 8 runs. He walked 2 and struck out a batter. He's a former major leaguer and spent 7 seasons in the big leagues, and he's got a lot of experience, so he is now the Blasters pitching coach. So you go from a starting pitcher to a pitching coach just like that here in the American Association. And here's Brian Peterson one more time. By the way, to finish up the scoreboard for you, Kansas City, New Jersey, they are not playing. They're postponed due to rain tonight in New Jersey. So runners at second and third for the Lemurs and 2 down. Brian Peterson could do some damage. He got a double in his last at bat. He swings here and pops one foul. I know Brian Peterson has been taking batting practice, so he's still been active even though he hasn't been playing officially with the team. And it shows. He got a double in his first at bat tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. So Brian Peterson just signed today for Laredo, and hopefully he'll be able to play throughout the rest of the season with the Lemurs. He's a fun catcher to watch. If you're a fan back in Laredo or around the American Association of Catchers, you got to come out and see this guy do his job. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Luke Bailey on deck for Laredo. And it's a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 6 hits for Laredo in the game. No runs on 2 hits for Joplin. John Jones, he'll come set. He'll throw home, and that one is swung, and that's going to get up and over the ballpark as well. So Brian Peterson showing his quick hands. Get into that ball pretty fast there. Can't be easy after not actually playing in live games to come out here and pick up base hits, but that's what Peterson did earlier. Got himself a double and looking for something new here as he's at least getting the bat on the ball. You know, if you don't play for a while, you can be overwhelmed by the pitches that you see, but Peterson obviously right on top of things. So he's an old pro, like I said, been around a while. Been playing baseball as a professional for a super long time. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on, and that's fouled back into the screen, so he'll see another one. Brian Peterson altogether has played in 1,093 games as a professional. A lot of baseball. He's been playing for 15-plus seasons. He made it up to AAA. Played in 56 games at the AAA level. And at the AA level, he played 405 games. So a lot of time under his belt at the AA level for sure. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The pitch, a curveball swung on and missed, and it was way up in the eyes of Peterson. Couldn't lay off of it. That is a tough pitch. So that's going to do it for the Lemurs, but they pick up another run. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and 2 left. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. Lemurs with a 2-0 lead. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. Lemurs up 2-0, and here in the Joplin broadcast booth, I sit next to my old partner, Sean Tiemann. He is now the broadcaster for the Joplin Blasters. And when he comes back onto the air to start the inning, he says, Matt loosening up with a little bit of a grin on his face. And I look over him and go, really? You go with that one right out of the gate here, buddy? Oh, Sean Tiemann. We love that guy. He was working with me back in 2013 with the Laredo Lemurs, and it's good to see he has a full-time job here with the Joplin Blasters. Here's Michael Gonzalez, loosened throws, and that one misses a little bit low. 2-0 Laredo. Off to a good start here tonight for the Lemurs, even though the Lemurs have left some runners on. In fact, they've left 5 runners on through the first 3 innings. Here's the 1-0, and that's fastball that misses high. Lemurs have left a couple of runners at third base so far here today. In fact, 2 of them to be exact. 2 balls and no strikes. Here come the lights at Joe Becker Stadium. They're starting to ignite. They're starting to go on. They're starting to brighten the field. The 2-0. That one clips the outside corner. That's a strike. Make it 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Lemurs with Matt Loosen up on the hill. Loosen will throw, and that one swung in a line drive into center field. Phipps is going to see that one bounce in front of him. So Michael Gonzalez with a single, and that guy could hit for sure. Been watching him for a long time as well, and always impressed by Michael Gonzalez. Here comes Mitch Glasser to the plate. He picked up a single back in the first inning. Well, Matt Loosen out of Jacksonville University, drafted by the Cubs in the 23rd round back in 2010 out of the very same university, Jacksonville University. Played in the Cubs for a while, started back in 2010, and just played for him last season with the AA Tennessee club. Pitched in 26 games last year and made 19 starts for the Tennessee Smokies. And a high toss over to first base. Abel Nieves has to reach into the air to pull that one down with Michael Gonzalez at first base. Definitely got to keep an eye on Michael Gonzalez. There was a couple of seasons there where he led the American Association in stolen bases. So he is fast, but he's getting a little bit older. Loosen will deliver, and Glasser will see a fastball on the inside corner slightly above the knee. So no balls and 1 strike. Michael Gonzalez this year with 15 stolen bags, so he still has the knack for it. The Lemurs do have to keep an eye on him, but the Lemurs are up 2-0. Loosen will throw over to first base, and diving back in head first is Michael Gonzalez. So Loosen started off his minor league career playing in the Arizona affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. He was playing with their Arizona League affiliate back in 2010, and then in the same season he moved up to their rookie ball affiliate in the Northwest League with the Boise Hawks. Another toss over to first, and Gonzalez back in standing this time. In 2011, he played in Peoria for the Peoria Chiefs in the Midwest League, put up a 2-1 record there and a very nice 1.74 ERA. Then got bumped up to Daytona and also saw some time in AA ball in that same season, so he made a couple of transitions throughout the league in the Chicago Cubs organization. The runner goes. The pitch is called to strike. The throw down to second base is slightly off, and it goes off the tip of the glove of Valdez and into right center field. Going over to third base is Gonzalez. So that might be an error on the second baseman. So no balls and 2 strikes after the pitch. And Gonzalez heads all the way over to third base, and it's going to be an error. And it's Brian Peterson's error as of right now. But that ball did hit off the mid of Jayudi Valdez. So we'll see if they change it, but the official scorekeeper's got time to do that if he likes. So runner at third and nobody out. An 0-2 pitch to Glasser, and Glasser fouls the ball off. So now the infield playing in for the Laredo Lemurs. They want to try to cut off that run if it tries to come home on a ground ball to the infielders. But, of course, with the infield in, that gives some room for somebody to punch one through a little bit easier than normal. So around the rim of the infield, the Bell Nieves is at first, J.D. Valdez at second, Jared Medeiros at shortstop, and Juan Silverio behind the grass at third base. Now timeout's being called as it looks like Carlos Lozano, the manager for the Joplin Blasters, wants to go through a set of signs, and now Lozano says, what are you looking at me for? So maybe he did not want to give a sign. He's showing some emotion over there in the third base coaching box. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Brian Peterson. He keeps that out in front of him as it rolls up the first baseline. Peterson's able to grab it, and he'll get a new baseball from the home plate umpires. They call timeout. Well, Peterson's showing he still has that knack. Like I said, he played in 30-plus games last season and just getting behind the plate this year for the first time as a professional. I'm sure he's been keeping in shape for sure. I know he's been taking batting practice from time to time. We saw that earlier. He got a double in the ball game already. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch by Lucen. A breaking ball misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Lucen in 2013. Scratch that. Let's go back to 2012. We just told you about 2011. In 2012, he just played for the Daytona Cubs in the Florida State League. He put up an 11-5 record that year in 23 starts with a 4.07 ERA. Here's a breaking ball swung on and lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. Coming in to score from third is Gonzalez. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Glasser in at first base with a single and an RBI, his second hit of the game. So 2-1 in favor of the Lemurs. And the Blasters are on the board. Carlos Ramirez now stepping into the batter's box with a runner at first and nobody out still. So in the 2012 season, like I mentioned, Lucen played with Daytona, and that season he actually pitched a no-hitter for the Daytona Cubs. And the pitch. That is low for a ball. He did it against the Dunedin Blue Jays. So that must have been a fun experience there for Matt Lucen, throwing that no-hitter. Runner at first base and a toss over to first by Matt Lucen. Now Brian Peterson going to head out there and talk things over. Actually, the no-hitter was thrown in 2013. So he actually played in Daytona in 2012 and 2013. I got my facts mixed up. I double-checked them for you, though. I got it correct. 2013, July 8th of 2013. He walked only 2 Cubs batters in a 7-0 win for Daytona. It was the first Daytona Cubs no-hitter since 1996 when Kerry Wood did it, along with Darrell Brown and Brandon Hammock. They all combined for the no-hitter back on August 4th of 1994. So a 2-1 lead for the Lemurs. Here's the 1-0 pitch, a big breaking ball that stays up. And Carlos Ramirez gets out of the way on that one. So a 2-0 count now to Ramirez. Ramirez back in his first at bat, he struck out swinging. Ramirez, a former product of the Angels organization. Played in all kinds of levels for AAA in the Angels organization. He swings here, and that pitch is a strike. Lucen will throw a fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. That last pitch there was a hard fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. He holds the ball behind his back as he looks in and shakes off a sign or 2 from Brian Peterson. And a toss over to first base one more time, and back in is Mitch Glasser once again. So for Lucen, his overall career numbers go like this. He's 31-26 and a 4.41 ERA lifetime in 6 seasons. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. Lucen trying to get that first out up on the board here against Joplin in the 3rd inning. On deck is Janier Bayo. Bayo working as the designated hitter tonight. Ramirez is behind the plate this evening. The 2-2 swung in and a ground ball softly hit to Medeiros, the shortstop. Flips to second for 1. I don't know if they'll play it first. The stretch, it's not going to be in time. So Carlos Ramirez, the catcher, hustling down the first baseline, but the ball was hit so slowly that the Lemurs didn't have a chance to turn the double play. They do get the out at second base, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Carlos Ramirez in on a fielder's choice, and Yanier Bayo coming up to the plate. 2-1 Lemurs. 2 runs on 6 hits for Laredo. They have 1 error. 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error for the Joplin Blasters in the ball game tonight. So Bayo in his first at bat, he popped out to the first baseman, Abel Nieves, in the first base coaching box. Not a lot of room over there to pop out to. Probably one of the shortest, as the first pitch, a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Probably one of the shortest foul territories, or the smallest foul territories in minor league baseball. Might be in all of baseball. From first base to the dugout, probably about 20 feet. That's just an estimate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A slider low and outside. They have dugouts here that are kind of swooping down. They have about 5 or 6 stairs as it slopes downward towards the dugout seats. So a pretty neat looking dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike, and that's on both sides, but most of the players hang out up top. Here's a pitch, swung on, line to the left center field. On the run is Byron Wiley. It's going to go by him, and it's going to roll all the way out to the wall. Around second and heading to third is Ramirez. He's going to be waved home. Here comes the throw to the plate from Medeiros. The tag by Peterson. The tag is in time! And they got Ramirez out at the plate. And a good relay there. It goes from Wiley to Medeiros to home. And Peterson is able to lay down the tag on the former Lemur Carlos Ramirez. And a very nice play there from the Lemurs. A 7-6-2 put out. That's the second out here in the inning. And Yanier Bayo goes to second base. He'll have a double, but he does not get an RBI. So Carlos Ramirez trying to come home, and he was sent by Carlos Lescano, the manager, and Lescano taking a chance there as the ball rolled all the way out to the wall in left center field. Remember, there was only 1 out on the play, so they could have left Ramirez at first base and had a chance to drive him home on a sacrifice fly. But instead, Omar Luna steps into the batter's box with 2 down. So it's 2-1 Lemurs, and that run cut down nicely at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one is low and away. Well, I bet Carlos Ramirez appreciated the blocking job by Brian Peterson. Both of them are very good at blocking home plate on plays like that. And we saw Peterson cut off the plate very nicely. I have been so privileged to watch some of the best catchers with the Laredo Lemurs over the last couple of seasons, both Peterson and Ramirez. And that is my favorite position to watch. So to watch those guys in action and see 2 super professionals back behind the plate has really been a treat. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs as Lucen sets up, and he'll come ready to pitch. Here's the 1-0, and that is a fastball that misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lucen this year for the Lemurs has put up a 1-2 record and a 4.85 ERA over 6 games. Trying to get a victory under his belt here today to move to 500 on the year. Here's the 2-0. A breaking ball swung on a pop-up into left field. Wiley on the run. He'll move back just a little bit, and he'll make the catch. So that's going to do it for the Blasters. They come up with 1 run on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left. We're going to go to the top of the 4th. Lemurs up 2-1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball. Make sure you stay with us. We got some more good stuff coming your way next.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Kailan Norte Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transport to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
All right, Lemurs coming up to the plate here as we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's a 2-1 ball game with the Lemurs in the lead. And the Joplin Blasters got their run in the third inning. It's a leadoff base hit by Michael Gonzalez. He tried to steal second base. He did that successfully, and then the ball ended up going into center field, and he went to third, and a base hit by Mitch Glasser right after that to bring him home. First pitch to the batter for the Laredo Lemurs, Luke Bailey, is in there for a strike. No balls and one strike. John Jones into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away up and over the ballpark. So 2-1 Lemurs in a tight ball game so far. Kind of a slowly paced ball game. Both of the pitchers taking their times out there, and there's been some runners on the base pass so far here tonight. The Lemurs have left 5 stranded in the early going, so they could have a few more runs in the game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung and a little fly ball down the right field line. Hustling in is Solorzano. He'll watch it fall in front of him. So a base hit for Luke Bailey, his second hit of the ball game. He's really started to come around as of late for Laredo. And he's a good fit there for the designated hitter spot right now for the Laredo Lemurs with their new signed catcher, Brian Peterson. Here's Jared Maderos getting ready to step into the batter's box. I'm sure both Luke Bailey and Brian Peterson will see some action behind the plate. Both catchers really good. Luke Bailey has been a nice find for the Laredo Lemurs in the early going of this baseball season. Toss over to first base, and Luke Bailey's going to show us back to the pitcher as he gets back in with his right foot on the bag. So Maderos, the shortstop for the Laredo Lemurs tonight. Stepping back into the batter's box. Maderos has played a little second base in the early going of his professional career as well as shortstop. Here's the 1-0. And that one is outside for a ball. Jeudy Valdez is on deck for the Lemurs. Matt Lewson, a lefty, holds the baseball behind his back, looks in, gets the sign, and digging in back there is Maderos trying to get comfortable in the batter's box. The 1-0 pitch. Swung and a ground ball at the first baseline, but foul. Foul by about 3 feet. First baseman Jake Taylor took a long look at that one. Taylor got over there pretty quickly, in fact, in foul territory. I told you earlier, the foul territory here is so small. You take a couple of steps and you're in the Lemurs dugout. So 1 ball and 1 strike. John Jones sets at the chest. He'll throw over to first base again. Luke Bailey, not really a threat to go anywhere. He is a catcher. Maybe John Jones does not get the scouting report. Luke Bailey with no stolen bases this season. Like we get to look at his full career for stolen bases. Here's the pitch, and that one will stay high. And now the catcher Ramirez is going to come out from behind home plate, and he's going to stroll up and talk things over with John Jones. So Luke Bailey, stolen bases in his career. He's got 6 of them. And he had 5 back for Bowling Green back in 2011. He had 1 back in 2013 against Charlotte. He has not had a stolen base since 2013. So the 2014 season, no stolen bases. And so far here this year with the Laredo Lemurs, no stolen bases. So not really even worth the effort for John Jones to throw over there. He can just look over there and probably get Bailey back. So Maderos sitting on a 2-1 count. Ramirez back behind home plate. The Lemurs up 2-1 right now as we sit in the top of the fourth. The pitch, high and away. 3-1, and now a good spot here for Maderos. He'll probably end up seeing a fastball. And he's going to get a couple of signs from the big guy down the third baseline at the third base coaching box, Gibby Velaclear, the assistant coach for the Laredo Lemurs. He's always the right-hand man for manager Pete Incaviglia. The 3-1 pitch is called a strike as it grazes the inside corner. Young man Medeiros pulled his elbows in there at the last moment. So now a full count. So now Medeiros has got to be protecting. 13 games this year between these two clubs. The 3-2, the runner goes, the pitch is swung, and that's fouled away. So Luke Bailey does try to take off there. But with the 3-ball, 2-strike count, you can get a little bit bigger of a jump. So Bailey will head back to first base, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes again. And without Bailey stealing a base since 2013, I'd be a little bit more conservative with him, but that's the Lemurs' choice to go ahead and try to send him. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, on a 3-2 count, it's pretty natural, but still there's nobody out. That just opens you up for a strike him out, throw him out situation. Here's the pitch home. The runner goes again. The pitch is smacked into left field, and coming on quickly is Tinoco, but the ball is going to fall in front of him. So it works out for the Laredo Lemurs, moving Luke Bailey into motion, and swinging away is Jared Medeiros. He gets a single. So a base hit for Medeiros, and now the Lemurs have runners at first and second, and we go up to the top of the order for Jeudy Valdez. Well, with a game with a low score like this, 2-1, do we see Jeudy Valdez, the leadoff man, try to lay down a bunt? We'll have to wait and see as Carlos Lescano, the manager for the Joplin Blasters, coming out of the dugout. He's going to bring the whole infield in here with the Lemurs turning over the lineup to the top of the order. Well, John Jones is getting the ball taken away from him. So a new pitcher coming in. Kind of surprised to see this. It's a 2-1 ball game and a new player coming in to pitch. Well, a lot of pitches have been thrown, but I don't think it's been that many. We'll have to take a look and see if we can get a number on how many pitchers we're throwing here for John Jones today. But the Lemurs are up 2-1, and a new pitcher coming in for the Joplin Blasters. We'll see who it is when we come back. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people. Epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Two to one Lemurs, and the new pitcher in for the Joplin Blasters is Matt Sample. Sample taking over with runners at first and second base for the Lemurs. So an early hook there for John Jones after 3 innings. He pitched in 3, gave up 7 hits. Runs to be determined. So far it's 2, but the runners at first and second base belong to John Jones. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 4. So here's Jeudy Valdez, and we'll see if he tries to lay down a bunt here with Matt Sample out there on the hill. Valdez does show bunt and pulls back and watches it go by as it misses low for a ball. So a little bit about Matt Sample, who was in spring training with the Joplin Blasters and was released shortly after that, and now he's back with the club. So he was drafted by the Rangers in the 49th round back in 2008 out of Crowder College. That's in Missouri. Now Valdez stepping out of the batter's box. Then he was drafted again. He didn't come out at that time back in 2008. He was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 28th round back in 2011 out of Rogers State University. Rogers State is in Oklahoma, not too far away from here, probably about an hour and a half drive. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is bunted out the first baseline, grabbing at the first baseman Taylor. He'll flip to the second baseman, covering first base. And that'll be there in time to get the out, but the Lemurs get the sacrifice and move the runners up. Runners up to second and third now. So Bailey's at third base, Madero's at second. And a nice sac bunt there by Jeudy Valdez. So the out goes 3-4. And there's one down with runners at second and third. And Isabel Nieves has seen the ball well so far today. 2 base hits for Abel. He's got a double and a single to his credit here this evening. So throughout the D-backs organization, Matt Sample played in Missoula with the Missoula Osprey. Played in the Pioneer League, and that's where the Osprey play. He also played in South Bend in the Midwest League back in 2012. Here's the set and the pitch from the right-handed pitcher, and that one is low for a ball. So John Jones is the lefty, Matt Sample a righty, so things get turned around here for the Laredo Lemurs on the mound. 1 ball and no strikes. Lemurs up 2-1 with runners at second and third and 1 out in the top of the fourth. The leg kick, the throw home, and a big breaking ball loops around the shoulder of Abel Nieves as he tries to get out of the way of that one, and he does so. So now 2-0 now to Abel. Kevin Taylor's on deck for the Lemurs. Taylor scored the 2 runs tonight for Laredo. He's reached twice on a fielder's choice. Here comes the 2-0 kick and throw, and that's a breaking ball. That one hits the inside corner, just a looping curveball there. Finds the inside corner. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Matt Sample played 2 years in South Bend, played there in 2012 and in 2013, and made it up to Visalia in 2013 as well. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one's low and outside. Ramirez gloves it backhanded, and the catcher keeps it out in front of him. Nice job there. A good block there by Ramirez. Yeah, he played with the Maizeo Rawhide in the Cal League. That's high A ball. That's as high as he got. So through affiliated ball, he posted a 5-2 record and a 4.43 ERA. He did not pitch last year. So he took a season off and now back here with the Joplin Blasters this season. A 3-1 pitch is smacked into right center field. On the run, Suarez. Suarez leaps, and it's off of his mitt, and it'll land on the warning track. Coming in to score is Luke Bailey. Right behind him, here comes Maderos, and he's going to score with no throw. And the Lemurs are up 4-1 in the ball game. Well, lads smack off the bat of Abel Nieves, and 2 runs come in to score for the Lemurs. And Abel Nieves will go in with a double, his second double. So Matt Sample gets greeted with a double. But those 2's on the day. And 1 of them will be earned, or 3 of them will be earned. 1 of them is not. So here's Kevin Taylor into the batter's box looking for his first hit of the game. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, and the delivery. Fastball misses inside for a ball. Kevin Taylor, a former product of the Dodgers organization, spent 3 years in the Dodgers system. And the pitch to Taylor, a breaking ball, misses outside. Taylor currently on a 4-game hitting streak for the Lemurs. During that time, he has picked up 9 hits over 4 days. 6th in the league in hitting is Taylor. He's 3rd in the league in runs scored with 28. Make it 30 now with the 2 that he picked up today. And the 2-0 pitch swung and popped foul right over our head and off to the left. Taylor 4th in the league in walks with 22, and he's 1st in the league with an on-base percentage of .484. So that's anytime you get on base with your at-bats. So a very nice .484 on-base percentage. That's almost at .500, so almost half the time he's getting on base. Amazing. Here's the 2-1 kick and throw, and that one is a little bit low. Well, I'm hoping the Lemurs are able to keep Kevin Taylor around, but the way he's playing, he may be picked up. He is young. He's 23 years old. He's got a birthday coming up in July, so that'll make him 24. But at 23 years old and as talented as he is, he might not be around with the Laredo Lemurs for the full season. But he is fun to watch, that's for sure. And he has found himself a nice little hole in the 3 spot for the Lemurs. There was a ball out in right field, so that's why there was a timeout there. Solorzano had to get rid of it and throw it back into the stands. 3 balls and 1 strike. A runner at second for Laredo. Here's the pitch. Swung and inside, outed up the third base line, so that'll be a foul ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A runner at second, and the Lemurs up 4-1 in the ball game. So Lemurs with 1 run back in the first, a run back in the third, 2 runs here in the 4th inning. 4 runs on 9 hits for Laredo. Lemurs picked up 17 hits in last night's game. That's the third time this year the Lemurs have put up 17 hits in a game. Pretty amazing. I counted earlier today. As here's the 3-2 pitch, and that's a breaking ball low and inside. So that'll be ball 4. So runners at first and second base now for Laredo. Yeah, I counted earlier today, and the Lemurs have scored 10 or more runs 6 times this year. It's pretty stellar. So that'll bring up Dennis Phipps, runners at first and second base. So 6 times in 30 games, the Lemurs putting up 10 or more runs. Not easy to do, but this team really can pound the baseball when they get hot out there, and the whole team seems to get energized off of it. 4-1 Lemurs. Here's Phipps. Phipps on the day with a single, and he reached on an RBI. The pitch. That is high and outside. So officially he's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He drove in Taylor back in the first inning for Laredo. Phipps with his high black socks all the way up to his kneecaps. He's got a little sway in his batting stance as he swings that bat back and forth, trying to get that rhythmic timing of the pitch. And the 1-0 delivery. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike, a curve that Phipps was way out in front of. Phipps wears his 3/4 high tops. He wears some Mizunos on the baseball field. Phipps played 8 big league games. He batted .300 in the big leagues. He was 3 for 10 playing under Dusty Baker for the Cincinnati Reds. He was a September call-up back in 2012. A long hold, now the 1-1 delivery, a swing and a ground ball. That might find the hole. It does on the left side. It hits the lip of the grass, bounces into the air. Being waved home for the Laredo Lemurs is Nieves. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. So going up to third base on the play is Taylor. And Nieves comes in to score. The Lemurs get another run, and Phipps with another single and another RBI for the Laredo Lemurs. So 5-1 Lemurs. So Nieves scores from second on that play. And Byron Wiley going to work his way up to the plate now. So another base hit for Phipps. Phipps on the season now with 46 base hits. He has RBI number 27 of the year. So here's Wiley, the left-handed batter for Laredo. And the pitch to Wiley. He'll take a fastball in the inside corner just above the knee. Wiley, of course, the lefty. Wiley has grounded out to first and flew out to right field tonight. Here comes the 0-1 kick and throw, and that one is low and inside. Another breaking ball. Wiley drafted by the Reds in the 22nd round back in 2008 out of Kansas State University. Played in the Reds organization from 2008 through 2010 and batted .274 with 77 extra base hits and 22 home runs, 112 RBIs in his time with the Reds. The 1-1, he swings here and pops it foul. That'll go back into the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at the corners for Laredo. And that run in by Abel Nieves is going to be credited to Matt Sample in his first outing of the year. Sample, a tall young man out there on the hill. Sample 6'5", 225 pounds. Ramirez sets up away, and the 1-2 pitch is outside. Once again, Byron Wiley showing off that good eye. Make it a 2-2 count now to Wiley. Wiley looking to get a hit after yesterday's 2-hit day. And the delivery. That one is high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Wiley will see another pitch coming up, and he's going to be looking at a 3-2 count. Wiley last year with the Laredo Lemurs played in 47 games and hit .287. He had 43 hits and 150 at-bats. Phipps at first base with 1 out. And he takes off here. The pitch is outside, and that is called strike 3. Wiley thought it was ball 4, and it looked like it was high and outside. Ramirez actually came out of his crouch, but the Lemurs are surprised at that one. What looked to be high and away is called strike 3, and Wiley has to deal with that one. Not an easy one to deal with, I'll tell you that much. Here comes Juan Silverio as Phipps steals second base on the play. The pitch was high and outside. It looked like it was a pitch out. So runners at second and third and 2 down, and Silverio swings wildly at a breaking ball. Looked like a slider out of the hand of Matt Sample. So an 0-1 count here. Little sway there by Silverio, waiting for the next pitch. And the delivery. Breaking ball swung on and blasted down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to go all the way out to the 320 marker. 1 run's in for the Lemurs. That's Taylor. Here comes Phipps, is right behind him. He will score. That's 2 runs in for Laredo. And it's now 7-1 Lemurs. So back-to-back doubles there for Silverio. And he drives in 2 here. It's his 3rd RBI of the ball game with those 2 RBIs there. So the Laredo Lemurs showing off their thump here in this ball game as they did last night. Coming in here and showing off that, hey, we got a little thump in our lineup, guys. You better watch out. Even though you're in first place, we're coming for you. So here's Brian Peterson, the 9th batter, to come up to the plate here in this inning. Peterson will see a fastball, and it's right at the letters on the outside corner, 0-1. So now Brian Peterson heading back to the dugout for some reason. And maybe he needs a new baseball bat. He might have grabbed the wrong bat. Sean Tiemann, the broadcaster for the Blasters, says that he grabbed the wrong bat. I'm going to answer you, Sean. I think he grabbed the wrong bat. Oh, he forgot his batting gloves. He didn't wear There you go. Oh, now he wants batting gloves. I guess you can't hear Sean too well, huh? We got a little crosstalk going on. We need to do some color commentary between each other. We need to just join each other on the broadcast. Why not? Well, yeah. He doesn't like wearing batting gloves, and now he steps in and he has batting gloves on. There you go. Who knows? Maybe he wants them. All right. Sean and I are done talking. Hope you enjoyed that. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Sean Tiemann was my partner back in 2013 with the Laredo Lemurs, and he's got a job here this year with the Joplin Blasters. He spent time up in Sioux City last year with Dave Nitz, the veteran broadcaster in the American Association. So no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base, Silverio. The delivery, fastball away. So make it 1 ball and 2 strikes there. We got people actually looking up at us here from the Stadium Club. Sean and I doing a little crosstalk, and people up here looking like, what are these 2 guys doing? I got a few eyeballs on us after that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramirez sets up in. Here's the pitch. And that one is a slider away. So make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. 11 hits up on the board for Laredo. They got 7 runs. It's a 7-1 ball game as Peterson steps out and takes a practice hack. So here's Sample, the big man, 6'5", will come set at the chest. He'll peek back at second base and throw home. That one swung in a ground ball over to the left side. Rounding the baseball, Gonzalez. He'll make a long throw over to first base, and that's in time to get Peterson out. That'll do it for the Lemurs, but not before they come up with 5 runs in the inning. 5 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lemurs up 7-1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
3, 2, 1. Number 1. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse. Not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever. 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price cuts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP. Plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time. Great.
All right, we slip and slide on to the bottom of the fourth inning here, and the Lemurs go back on defense, and coming up to the plate for the Joplin Blasters. They're going to send Steve Tinoco to the plate. He'll be followed by Jake Taylor, and then Jesus Solorzano will also make his way up to the plate. So Tinoco, Taylor, Solorzano. Lemurs up 7-1 in this one. Won yesterday's game 20-5, in case you weren't with us. So here we go. Matt Lucen staying up on the mound for the Lemurs, pitching into the fourth inning. He'll throw home on a big looping curveball, stays up high. So for Solorzano, he's from Venezuela. 6 foot even, 190 pounds. Played for the Florida Marlins organization back in 2009. That's how he got his start in professional baseball, as he takes a check swing here, but the ball's off the tip of the glove of Brian Peterson. He'll go all the way back to the wall. And that was a check swing, 2 balls and no strikes. Nice crowd on hand here at Joe Becker Stadium this evening. It's a Tuesday night in Joplin. I think it's a Tuesday night where you're at as well. The 2-0. That one is low for a ball, unless you're listening from around the world and it's already gone over to Wednesday. That does happen every now and then. I've had people call in or email from Australia saying they've listened to the ball game. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's called the strike on the outside corner. Every now and then you get somebody from around the world listening, and we welcome them in as well. If you're listening from somewhere else than the United States, welcome. You're always welcome. The 3-1 swung on and a fly ball down the right field line. Curving. It's a fair ball. Lands in about 6 inches into fair territory. Heading into second base is Steve Tinoco. He'll have a double to start things off for the Blasters. Nice job there by Tinoco to keep that one fair. It was just inside the line. Kevin Taylor for the Lemurs running it down the right field line. The ball did not go up the hill down the right field line. Let's go ahead and take a little tour here of this ballpark. What do you say we give you a little view of everything here? Take you inside. There's the suite level. This is everybody in the press box. Say hi to Sean Tiemann. That's my old buddy there. Wave, Sean. You're on the air. There you go. That's my old buddy Sean Tiemann. And now a visit by the pitching coach, Mike Meyer, out to the mound with Matt Lucen, and take you over to this side of the ballpark. Brand new ballpark here in Joplin, Missouri. They tore down the old stands. I keep saying it's refurbished, and that's true. So it's an old ballpark built a long time ago, and they just tore down the seats and built up a new stadium all around it. So Mike Meyer is all done, and here's another look for you. I wish I could show you another angle, but that's about all I got. Lemurs are up 7-1. We'll see if we can get a good camera angle back for you. That's probably going to be the hardest part after all this. I know you probably appreciated taking a look around old Joe Becker, but got to make sure we get this thing back to focus. That's a pretty good camera angle, right? Yeah, you're not unhappy there, are you? All right, there we go. A little bit more first base in. Always a lot of action at first, so we want to make sure you're covered there. So Jake Taylor into the batter's box. And the first pitch to Taylor. He swings and hits a hot shot down the third baseline on one hop. That'll keep on going. Around third base is Tinoco. He's going to come in to score. Going in with a double is Jake Taylor. So 2 runs up on the board now for the Joplin Blasters, and the first 2 batters have reached base here, both with doubles. So we'll see how long Matt Lucen stays in the ball game here. I know manager Pete Gavilia wants to win this ball game. He always plays to win. So no matter what the pitcher is doing out there, if he starts to fall apart a little bit, the Lemurs want to make sure they keep that 7-2 lead intact. And manager Pete Gavilia has played like that for as long as I've been watching him manage the baseball team. So here's Solorzano into the batter's box. 7-2 Lemurs and a runner at second and nobody out. Bunt shown and pulled back, and that one misses high and outside. So the number 8 hitter into the batter's box. Solorzano walked in his last at bat for the Joplin Blasters. Solorzano bats from the right side. His back foot is all the way on the back line as catcher Brian Peterson sets up away. The 1-0. Fastball cuts the outside corner. Good pitch there to even up the count at 1-1. Lemurs up by 5 in the ball game. So here's a little bit about Joe Becker Stadium. Built back in 1913. Yow, long time ago. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. A good breaking ball there. The stadium has burned down twice, and the first time back in 1936 and the second time back in 1971. And the current stadium sits about 4,200 here in the new Joe Becker Stadium. Previous tenants include the Joplin Miners, and I'll tell you a little bit about that here after this pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The delivery, that one is blocked by Peterson, a breaking ball in the dirt. Yeah, the Joplin Miners had Mickey Mantle on their team, who played here back in 1950. Of course, the current tenants, the Joplin Blasters. So the name the Joplin Blasters is kind of an ode to the Joplin Miners. A lot of the fans here in Joplin wanted the team to be named the Joplin Miners, who was an affiliated team back then in the 50s. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is outside and high. Another team that has played here is the Joplin Outlaws, a college collegiate team. I don't think they're playing here anymore. And Missouri Southern State University has played some games here as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The set by Lucen, the runner at second base. The deal, the swing. That one is a high fastball, swung on and missed. So Solorzano will go down swing, and that's the first out in the inning. 1 run already in for the Joplin Blasters here. And the Lemurs are up 7-2. Here comes Gabe Suarez. Gabe Suarez, his walk-up song is a Poison song. Remember the Poison back from the 1980s and 90s? Nothing but a good time. I remember that one. Good party song. So here's Gabe Suarez into the box with 1 out and runners at second base. A runner at second base. The delivery. That one cuts the inside corner for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike. So the fans very proud of that. Mickey Mantle once played here, and that's often one of the big things that's stated about this ballpark, as this one's in the dirt, blocked by Peterson, as he throws the mask away and makes sure he keeps the baseball out in front of him. So Matt Lucen retoes the rubber, holds the baseball behind his back as he looks in and gets the sign from Brian Peterson. Peterson sets up away this time in the 1-1 pitch. Swung on in a fly ball into right center field. On the run, Kevin Taylor. That one's going quite a ways, but Taylor's able to get there in front of the warning track, tagging up at second, and heading over to third base is Jake Taylor. So that'll be 2 outs and a runner at third base now for the Joplin Blasters. And Suarez put a pretty good charge into that one. It didn't go quite as far as I thought it would when it was first hit. It was very loud off the bat, but he kind of died as it got up into the air out there in right center field and gave plenty of time for Kevin Taylor to run underneath it. So we go up to the top of the order for Michael Gonzalez. So back in 2014, the WLD Suarez Baseball LLC reached an agreement with the city to relocate the El Paso Diablos here to Joplin, and that became the Joplin Blasters. So the same people that own the El Paso Diablos own this baseball team, the Joplin Blasters. Here's the pitch, and that one is a strike on the outside corner, a fastball right at the knee. Remember, El Paso had a baseball team, the Diablos, for a long time, an independent baseball team, and they actually had an affiliated team at Cohen Stadium for a while as well. The Arizona Diamondbacks were an affiliate there in El Paso. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, popped up center field. Dennis Phipps looks like he's got a beat on this one immediately. He'll glide underneath it, reach up and make the catch, and that's going to do it for the Joplin Blasters. They come up with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left, and we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. Lemurs are coming up to the plate. 7-2 the score. We'll continue with that story when we get back. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club.
Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has...
All right, Luke Bailey coming up to the plate now for Laredo as we go to the top of the fifth inning. 7-2 Lemurs. And you can follow us on Twitter. It's at L Lemurs Baseball. At L Lemurs Baseball. That's our Twitter handle. As the first pitch to Luke Bailey is a little bit low. Still on the mound, Matt Sample. He came into the ball game back in the fourth inning after the first two batters came up to the plate. But the Lemurs put up 5 runs on 6 hits in the last half inning. Bailey swings at one and hits one into left center field for a base hit. I'll just put the one over the head of the shortstop and get himself a base hit. His third hit of the ball game for Luke Bailey. He's hot. He's on fire right now. He got 3 hits in yesterday's game. 2 of them were home runs, and he's got 3 hits here today. So I was going to tell you a little bit more about Joe Becker Stadium and about the transfer from El Paso over here. So El Paso got a new AAA club. And they built a brand new stadium in downtown El Paso. It is a beautiful ballpark. And the independent team, the El Paso Diablos, had to get out of town because, of course, everyone's going to go to the new AAA ballpark instead of going to Cohen Stadium. Here's the pitch to the new batter, Medeiros. Medeiros hits one high in the air into right center field. Charging in is Suarez, the center fielder, and he'll make the catch. So that'll be the first out here in the inning with the runner at first base. So the the El Paso Diablos went under. They did not play last year. And the ownership of the El Paso Diablos had to start getting things going with different cities. So they went to Denver, they came here to Joplin, tried a couple of different cities out, and Joplin said that they would build a ballpark for them. So, of course, anytime someone offers to build you a ballpark, that's kind of hard to turn down. And they had a huge tornado here back in 2011. I heard like 160 lives were lost, just horrible. And from what I understand, it was the biggest tornado in the nation, in the history of the nation, and the biggest loss of life anyway. So the people here in Joplin thought that this might help out, build a little bit more morale for the people here in Joplin that are still recovering from the tornado. And here's the pitch to Valdez. Valdez pops one foul. Back out of play. So the city of Joplin said, well, we'll go ahead and build you a stadium. They put it on the side of the Joe Becker Stadium, tore down the old stands, built this place up, and I showed it to you earlier. They built a nice little ballpark here. Seats a little over 4,000 people here at Joe Becker. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. That one is low and away. So the El Paso Diablos were around for a long time, going back to their affiliated team. And so they went under for that year, went quiet first season, and come over here to Joplin and are named the Joplin Blasters instead of the Joplin Miners. A lot of people tried to suggest the Miners, but they didn't want to have the exact same name. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Whoa, and that one's into the back of Valdez. And that one did not feel too good there. Right square in the middle of the back. So the Lemurs will have runners at first and second base. So Bailey moves up to second base, and there's 1 out in the inning. And coming up to the plate is Abel Nieves. He's got 3 hits in the ball game, 2 doubles and a single. Now Carlos Ramirez stepping out in front of home plate. He'll go through a set of signs for the defense in case the double steal is on. He's going to tell everybody where he's going to throw the ball on the defensive end. So Joe Becker Stadium, one of the newest additions to the American Association, as well as CHS Field up in St. Paul. We will not go to CHS Field this year. I hear it's magnificent. Here's the pitch, and Abel Nieves watches a fastball right at the knees on the inner third of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Lemurs up 7-2. If we can go to any stadium this year, I would say let's go to St. Paul. But if the Lemurs make the playoffs, they might have a chance to go there. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is low for a ball. The Lemurs have made the playoffs 2 out of the 3 years that they've been in the American Association. In 2012, their first year, they won the South Division. In 2013, they missed the playoffs by a game and a half. That half game was a rainout on the last day of the season. Last year, they made the playoffs as a wild card team right behind the Wichita Wingnuts, who won the South Division. And Wichita set a new league record in wins last year. So 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at first and second base. The lay kick, the pitch. The runner goes from second base. The pitch is hit high in the air, and Suarez is going back. He'll square up and make the catch. Heading back to second base is Luke Bailey, and he gets back in there safely. So 2 down, and a long fly there off the bat of Abel Nieves. And Luke Bailey has to scatter back into second base. Once again, he was moving on a pitch. I told you earlier tonight he doesn't have any stolen bases on the season. And he has taken off to try to steal twice here today, but he's had to reverse his course twice as well. So 7-2 the score. Here comes Kevin Taylor into the batter's box. And Kevin Taylor on the day for the Lemurs. He has picked up a single, but he has scored 3 times. He reached twice on a fielder's choice here tonight. So he has been a big part of what the Lemurs are doing here in the ball game today. So runners at first and second base and 2 down. The pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside. One ball and no strikes. Sample looks back at second a couple of times, throws home on the 1-0, and that's one's inside. So yeah, Wichita set a league record last year in wins with 73 victories. Just amazing. And the way the St. Paul Saints are playing right now, they can go ahead and maybe beat that out, which would be incredible. I mean, take a look at what the St. Paul Saints are doing. I believe off the top of my head they're 25-5, but we'll go ahead and make sure as we look at the standings as the next pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kevin Taylor. Yeah, St. Paul at 25-5 on the year. They've won 2 in a row. And that is ridiculous. 25-5 is a silly number. Here's the 2-1, and that one hits Kevin Taylor. So 2 batters hit here. Jayudi Valdez was hit by a pitch, then Abel Nieves flew out. Now Kevin Taylor is hit by a pitch, and that's going to load the bases up for Dennis Phipps. Well, that can be trouble for Matt Sample. Matt Sample going to see probably the best Lemurs hitter on the club. Guy that can get a lot of doubles, hits lots of home runs, and has a lot of RBIs. And here comes Carlos Lescano, so Matt Sample might have to breathe a little bit easier. He might not get to face Dennis Phipps. Lemurs up 7-2 right now, and Lescano heading out. And you can tell the umpire's ready to take off to go get a new pitcher. So Lescano taking a look, talking to Matt Sample. And the catcher's going to come in, Ramirez, and the first baseman's also going to join in on the conversation. That's Jake Taylor over there, and Lescano kicking around a little bit of dirt. And I think he's waiting for the umpire to make him waiting for him to force. No, he's not. He's not going to make the move. So he's just going to tap the young man and head on back to the dugout. Well, kind of surprised there. He's going to leave Matt Sample in. Says, hey, you started the trouble. Go on out of it yourself. So Dennis Phipps coming up to the plate. Phipps with a single and an RBI back in the first inning. He also singled and drove in a run back in the fourth for the Lemurs. Phipps reached on an error in the third inning, so he's been on base every time. So here it is. The bases are loaded for Laredo. They have a chance to break this one open. Up 7-2 right now. Here's the pitch. And that one's in tight to Dennis Phipps. So Luke Bailey's at third base. Jayudi Valdez is at second. Kevin Taylor's at first. The last 2 batters were hit by pitches to reach. 1 ball and no strikes. Sample out of the stretch, throws, and that one is called a strike right across the letters down the middle of the plate. Wouldn't have been an easy pitch for Dennis Phipps to get to by any means. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck for the Lemurs is Byron Wiley, but there's 2 outs, so Phipps needs to get on base here to see Wiley. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled away. That one goes away. That was a big foul ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phipps climbing back into the batter's box. We have some impressive teams in the American Association this year. Sioux City, I told you St. Paul's at 25-5. Sioux City's at 22-8. Those 2 teams are playing together today. We'll get you a score shortly. The 1-2 pitch. Swung and a ground ball. Takes a hop right to Michael Gonzalez. Gonzalez will flip to second base. And that's all the Joplin Blasters need. Phipps hit it pretty good on the screws, but Gonzalez is very quick at short, and they're able to get the out at second, and that's going to end the inning for the Lamers. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs baseball. I'll get it right sooner or later. 7-2 Laredo.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5 and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Coming up for the Joplin Blasters, Mitch Glasser, Carlos Ramirez, and Yanni Arbeyo will be coming up to the plate. Lemurs with a 7-2 lead in the second box. Matt Lucen staying on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs. If he can get through this inning, he will qualify for the victory here for the Laredo Lemurs, as long as the Lemurs can keep that lead. Here's the pitch. That one is a fastball on the outside corner, slightly below the belt, to the batter, to Mitch Glasser. Glasser having a good day, 2 for 2 with a run score. 2 for 2 with an RBI. And the 0-1 pitch. Bunt shown and bunt, no balls and 2 strikes. And is always a good time to do that. See, Lemurs are playing their main foe. Swung on a ground ball over to the right. So a 4-3 put out. But Lincoln's up 2-0 over Farley. Winnipeg nothing. They're in the top game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grand Prairie and Kansas City out. St. Paul's up. So St. Paul won. They're winning today's game, and the Station Report is up and out. Yeah, every week they turn it up to a 3 throughout the American Association. The beat on it, he'll make the catch at the Chief. So if you want to take a listen to the American as well, so you can go back and listen to that. Done throughout the series. So the American Association up here shortly if it's not up. I'll say the DH tonight, but the catcher last night, Yanni Arbeyo. Fastball high, and swinging right through it was Bayo. First 1-2-3 inning here. Let's see if the 0-2 is a slider down 7. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now he finds it for him. So we'll do it again. Low for a ball. The flags are blowing in for just a slight little bout. Popped up over to the right side. That one looks like it's going to get out of play, but the first ball for the first baseman of Belnieve. Yanni Arbeyo. Lucen with a brand new baseball cap. He'll shake yes. Here comes the Dick Circle with the Blasters warm up. Lemurs up by 5. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Slow pace to this one here tonight. Here's the 3-2. Swung on it very well and ends up going over the end of the bat, but somehow was able to, my buddy Sean Tiemann. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. So Matt Lucas, the Lemurs are going to hit in the top of the 6th. Lemurs are up 7-2. Your ground flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for as low as $119 to International Airport. Visit
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, Jackman Road in Laredo. Again, that's 956. Come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo.
40 years, nobody's helped more family homes, has built more homes than all. Responsibility, making the greatest investment in your life. Think Armadillo Homes.
Garden of Laredo is located at 20 Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy buy, and check out our happy hour specials.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, payments from your coworkers. Free will be stronger with extras. Not included.
Things off for the Laredo Lemurs. 7 hits and 1 error for the Joplin Blasters in the ball game here in Joplin, Missouri. In the air on the infield. Well, that one must stop Michael Gonzalez. It's going to be So Bailey pops out high enough in the last half inning when he. So here comes today with a couple of doubles. These two got the long on and missed a slider there in the hip. Kind of giggled at himself afterwards. One strike. Carlos Ramirez blocked and has doubled twice. I gave you that score for the St. Paul is now up 4-3 as they're heading to the runs in the top of the fifth inning. Fastball just above the knee. So Sample up there on the hill goes into the full one. And a former Lemur, played with the Laredo Lemurs pitching staff club. Numbers with the Laredo Lemurs. But good to see Brian one down. Bailey, as he's back with as the designated hitter tonight. They always seem to be crucial home runs for Peterson. They seem to be timely home runs. Luke Bailey on deck for Laredo. Takes his lead from first base. Tie out of play. In 2013, at Patriots, played in one strike. That gets up into the screen, very, very held up by poles. You can see those poles up that screen that go around the backstop. Good stable screen. They put this one up kind of like a batting practice net. And Carlos Ramirez had to reach across his body to try to catch that one, so the catcher had no opportunity to make a throw over to second. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out to Brian Peterson. So Silverio over at second base now for the Lemurs. So he's in scoring position. The delivery on the 3-2, swung on, hit high in the air into right field, coming on Solorzano. Solorzano will get there and not bothering to tag as Silverio. He'll just hang out at second base. So Peterson flies out to right, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. And here comes Luke Bailey to the plate now for the Laredo Lemurs. Bailey having a hot day. He's 3 for 3. 3 singles for Luke Bailey. Remember yesterday, Luke Bailey had 2 home runs for the Laredo Lemurs. So doing well as of late is Luke Bailey. Good to see his bat get going. So Bailey will step in from the right side. Luke Bailey starting the day, batting .219. And that average is going to go up after the 3 for 3 day here today. 2 down and a runner at second. Here's the pitch. A slider outside. Remember, Bailey was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays back in the 4th round, so pretty high draft pick. He was signed for $750,000. He was the overall 139th pick that year. Really a highly touted prospect back in 2009 out of high school. But he ended up having rotator cuff surgery. Did I say rotator cuff? That is wrong. That is not the right surgery. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That misses low. He had Tommy John surgery, excuse me. So the Rays selected Bailey in the 4th round of the draft after his Tommy John surgery and signed him for the supplemental first-round money. He played 5 seasons in the Rays organization, making it up to Double-A Montgomery. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a drive into left field, but right at the left fielder, Tinoco. Tinoco, all he has to do is move back a little bit and make the catch. And that'll do it for the Lemurs. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. A walk to Juan Silverio. And that's it for the Lemurs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lemurs up 7-2. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindará. Tammy U me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. Tammy U me impulsa a ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por Tammy U.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tammyu.edu y sé impulsado.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
All right, back to action here. Matt Lewson's night is done for the Laredo Lemurs, so he turns in a good night for Laredo, going 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs. One of them was earned. He walked a batter and struck out 4. He's in line for the win right now, and the newest pitcher on the Lemurs, Luis De La Cruz, is in to pitch, and he'll face off against Omar Luna. So 7-2 Lemurs, and here is Luis De La Cruz throwing home, and a fastball called a strike right underneath the letters of the batter, Omar Luna. Luna 0 for 2 in the ball game. So Luis De La Cruz just joined the team yesterday and seeing his first action on the hill for Laredo tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one swung in a ground ball. One hopper right back to De La Cruz. It hits off of him, and trying to recover is Medeiros. Medeiros will throw over to first base, and it's not going to be in time. Medeiros tried to be a hero there, but just not enough oomph on that throw over to first base to get Omar Luna out. So a nice try by Medeiros, but it falls a little bit short as far as the velocity on the throw over to first base goes. It was just very off balance. It had really nothing behind it going over to first base. So a good effort, but Omar Luna is safe at first base. So that's going to be a base hit there for Omar Luna as he hits the ball off of the new pitcher for the Laredo Lemurs. Here's Steve Tinoco. Tinoco 1 for 2 in the ball game. He doubled back in the 4th inning and scored a run. 7-2 Laredo. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch by De La Cruz, and that one swung and lined into right field. But coming on Taylor. Taylor will make the catch. He'll throw over to first base with the runner going. The catch is made by Abel Nieves, but the runner gets back safely. Whoo! Close play there. Kevin Taylor making a strong throw back to first, but it was slightly offline. If that was an on-line throw by Taylor, they probably would have got the runner out at first base and turned a double play. Nice job by Taylor just to get to that hard hit line drive, though, into right center field. 1 down, and Jake Taylor coming up to the plate. So Kevin Taylor for the Lemurs in right field. Jake Taylor, the batter for Joplin, coming up to the plate. So De La Cruz up on the mound, was in the Padres organization for a long time, from 2007 through 2015. In fact, he pitched this year with the San Antonio Missions in the Texas League and put up a 1-2 record and an 8.55 ERA over 15 games. The runner from first goes. The pitch is a check swing. It's called a strike. The throw down to second base is not going to be in time. So Omar Luna snags a bag. That'll be a stolen base. Second stolen base for the Joplin Blasters tonight. And Jake Taylor sitting out there at the plate with a runner at second base and 1 down. Yeah, De La Cruz played with the Padres organization starting back in 2007. He started playing with the Dominican Summer League Club, played there for 2007 and 2008, then started playing in the United States for the Padres in 2009 in their Arizona Rookie League affiliate. The runner going again. The pitch is called a strike. The throw down to the third base is not going to be in time. So Omar Luna says to De La Cruz, if you're not going to pay attention to me, I'm just going to take some bags here. And that's exactly what he does on back-to-back pitches. He steals second, then third. So quickly a runner in scoring position for the Joplin. Well, he was in scoring position on the last one, but now he's 90 feet away. So no balls and 2 strikes and 1 down. So Luna really wanted to be on third base with 1 out. Joplin down 7-2. De La Cruz, the tall young man, will deliver, and that one swung on a ground ball up to the shortstop, Medeiros. Medeiros behind the bag at second will flip over to first base and get the out there, but the run from third comes in to score. So it's now a 7-3 ball game in favor of Laredo, and 2 down and an RBI for Jake Taylor as he drives home the run from third base. Here comes Jesus Solorzano now with nobody on the base paths. Gabe Suarez is on deck. So, yeah, De La Cruz has been all over the Padres system. Played in Eugene for the Eugene Emeralds. Here's the pitch, and that one is low and inside. Played in Fort Wayne for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. And then Lake Elsinore, the Lake Elsinore Storm. Longtime affiliate of the San Diego Padres down there in Lake Elsinore. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. That one is called a strike, a breaking ball in the outside corner. And then finally he played for the Missions last year, the San Antonio Missions, AA Texas League. Put up a 6-9 record and a 2.69 ERA last season in 57 appearances, so quite a few appearances last year. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That one is a breaking ball, misses inside. Wow, almost hit Solorzano, spun him out of the way of that one. So a 2-1 count. Then, like I said earlier, he spent some time with San Antonio this year in 2015, pitching in 15 games. His overall record as a Padre, 25 wins and 35 losses, a 4.46 ERA, and a lifetime 269 appearances as swinging and missing is Solorzano at a high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 7-3 the score. Lemurs in the lead. Solorzano waves the bat over the plate once. Brian Peterson, the catcher, will set up outside. The 2-2 pitch is coming, and that one is swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Peterson with a little tag on the butt of Solorzano, and that's going to do it for the Blasters. They've put up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. Lemurs up 7-3. You want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries. Which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words. Which led to the invention of spell check. Which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle del Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transport to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people, epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, breakdancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
right, so Jared Medeiros is going to lead things off for the Lemurs as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Lemurs up 7-3, and a new pitcher on the hill, Gabe Aguilar, for the Joplin Blasters. As you can see, he's a left-handed pitcher out there on the hill, and he'll throw against Medeiros. Here's the delivery, and that one's swung on and missed. So the Lemurs up by 4. 1 run coming in to score for the Blasters in the bottom of the 6th inning. Aguilar, 5'8", 175 pounds, out of New Mexico. That's where he played his college ball. And he makes his hometown in El Paso, Texas. So no balls and 1 strike. And Aguilar will throw home, and that one is in tight to Medeiros. So no record for Aguilar, no wins, no losses, a 1.68 ERA over 6 games. He's thrown in 5 1/3 innings, has struck out 3, has walked 1, and has given up 9 hits. He has not given up a run in his last 3 outings. That comes against Lincoln, Kansas City, and St. Paul. Here comes the 1-1 delivery, a long hold here, and now timeout's going to be called, and don't quite understand that. Nobody on base for Aguilar to try to bluff, and out there holding the ball for a long time up on the hill. Maybe just trying to freeze the batter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the umpire every time will give the batter timeout on that. Now he holds a long time again, and he'll finally kick and throw, and that one swung on a line drive down the left field line. It's going to be a foul ball by about 3 or 4 feet. So Jared Medeiros hit the ball well, but just a little bit foul. Medeiros earlier in the game picked up a base hit in the 4th inning. He's officially 1 for 3 here tonight. Aguilar's in his 3rd professional season, all in indie ball. He was 25 years old. He was actually born in El Paso and still lives there during the offseason. He attended Socorro High School in El Paso and pitched collegiately at University of New Mexico, a D1 school in the MEWAC. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch inside, low and in fact. So the pitcher and hitter of the week is out in the American Association, and the St. Paul Saints saw their catcher, Vinny DeFazio, win the Player of the Week award. Congratulations to him. We'll tell you a little bit about his week here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-3 Lemurs. The pitch. Swung on a line drive into right field. Solorzano will come in and make the catch. He was cheating way in there. The ball was hit pretty well, but Solorzano only had about 10 feet to run to make the catch. So a line out by the young man Medeiros, and there's 1 down, and Jeudy Valdez coming up to the plate. Yeah, so Vinny DeFazio, the Player of the Week in the American Association for the week ending on June 21st. He helped propel the already hot Saints to a 4-2 week, as he went 18 for 29 with 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 RBIs during the week. Pretty nice job there by DeFazio. He's a good catcher. And the pitch to Jeudy Valdez is a fastball swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. On the season, DeFazio is now hitting a whopping .439. He's 36 for 82 with 21 games played. He has 5 doubles, a triple, and 6 home runs, and 28 RBIs on the season. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. The leg kick, the throw, the bunt, and the ball's bunted into foul territory by Jeudy Valdez. Valdez has struck out twice, has laid down a sac bunt, and was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. DeFazio was a member of the Grand Prairie Airhawks last year and was named the American Association South Division All-Star. He was a catcher in the All-Star game in the American Association. So he finds himself up with the St. Paul Saints on a very good baseball team that sits at 25-5 to start the night. And last time we checked, they were beating the Sioux City Explorers, the 2nd best team in the American Association. We'll go and refresh and see if there's a new score there between those 2 clubs. St. Paul still up 4-3. No balls and 2 strikes. The delivery, and that one is very high for a ball. So a monster week for Vinny DeFazio, the catcher for the Saints, and the pitcher of the week was also named. All this stuff usually comes out on Monday. Didn't quite get to it yesterday, so try to get to it here today for you. Make sure we tell you the pitcher and hitter of the week are. Should be pitcher and hitter of the week. It's actually pitcher and player of the week, which is confusing. Here's a line drive off the bat of Jeudy Valdez coming in, and then going back out is Suarez. Suarez, the center fielder, makes the catch. So a fly out to center field, then Abel Nieves making his way up to the plate. Yeah, the pitcher of the week is from Sioux City. So the top 2 teams in the league get the player and hitter of the week, or pitcher and player of the week awards. Sioux City's right-handed pitcher Ryan Zimmerman has been named the pitcher of the week for the week ending on June 21st. He made 2 starts during the week for the Explorers and earned 2 victories. So here's Abel Nieves into the batter's box. Lemurs up 7-3. So the relief pitcher, Aguilar, gets the sign, And he'll kick and throw home, and that one's swung in, and it's dribbled up to the third baseman, charging Glasser. Glasser with the ball in the glove, and he'll throw a little bit high, and it gets up and away from Taylor as Jake Taylor tried to reach across the bag and reach up into the air and make the catch, but the ball hits the webbing of the mitt, and it falls to the ground. So wait for the official scorekeeper here to decide what he just says, and they're going to say that's an error on the play. So second error today for Glasser. Kevin Taylor coming up to the plate. So the Lemurs will see their number 3 man get a chance to hit with the runner at first base and 2 down. So Zimmerman with his 2 starts for Sioux City and earning 2 victories. He began his week with a complete game shutout on Tuesday against the Lincoln Salt Dogs last week. He allowed only 4 hits and no walks during his outing, striking out 6 Salt Dogs as Sioux City rolled to a 5-0 lead. So here's Taylor. Taylor has not picked up a hit today, but he's been productive nonetheless as he sees a strike here. No balls and 1 strike. He reached on the fielders twice. Actually, he does have a hit, excuse me. He picked up a hit back in the 4th inning and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. He has scored 3 times. And the leg kick on the throw home, and a breaking ball comes inside. So a lefty-lefty matchup here for Kevin Taylor against the relief pitcher, Gabe Aguilar. In the second outing for Zimmerman, he followed up that performance with a nice performance on Sunday as well. He logged 7 innings against Sioux Falls and allowed a single unearned run. Here comes the 1-1 delivery, and a curveball hits the outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch there by Aguilar, probably one of the better ones we've seen this inning by him. Yeah, he only allowed a single and an unearned run in the 8-3 Explorers win. And Zimmerman is a Fremont, California resident. He allowed only 2 hits and 4 walks, striking out 7 Canaries en route to the victory. A long hold and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is tapped foul. On the season now, Zimmerman is 4-1 with a 2.30 ERA in 7 games. He's made 5 starts for the Sioux City Explorers. He has 33 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 39 innings pitched. Zimmerman was picked by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 30th round back in 2010, but he did not appear in any games due to an injury. This is his first year with the Explorers. He spent the 2014 season in the Frontier League. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that one is swung and dribbled foul. That goes over by the on-deck circle where the blasters sit. So Taylor looking to get another base hit here to keep the rally alive for the Lemurs. They have a runner at first base with the Bell Nieves reaching on the E5. 7-3 Laredo. So Aguilar climbing back up on top of the hill, put his foot into the rubber, holds the baseball behind his back as he looks in and gets the sign. Starting to get a lot cooler here in the ballpark now, getting very comfortable. Here's the 1-2 throw. A curveball swung, and that's tapped off the top of the plate. It's going to go foul up the first baseline. Taylor going to check his bat as he bangs the end of the bat on the harder area out there where it says Joe Becker Stadium. It's a little bit of a harder surface, so Taylor pounds his bat on that to make sure it's not broken. 1 ball box. Aguilar grabs the rosin bag as he climbs back up the hill in this battle of lefties here tonight in the top of the 7th inning. Lemurs up 7-3. Fans here trying to get behind their ball club. And Aguilar will hold. And he'll finally throw, and that pitch is low and outside. I've seen some guys hold some balls up there on the mound, but I've never seen a guy hold it this long. It is very deliberate. A lot of guys don't look like they're even trying to do it, but it looks like Aguilar is actually trying to come to a long pause. Remember, he was even doing it without a runner at first base. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the delivery. That one is swung on and missed. A slider there, and Kevin Taylor swings right through it, and that's going to do it for the Lemurs. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Lemurs up 7-4. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
3, 2, 1. Number one. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse. Not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever. 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price cuts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP. Plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
Back to Joplin we go. Bill Harrington bringing you the broadcast tonight, as we always do on Laredo Lemurs Baseball. Thank you so much for joining me. 7-3 the lead. Lemurs in the lead here. As new pitcher on the mound for Laredo, Ryan Beckman taking over on the hill. Beckman has been very solid for Laredo this season in the early going. Lemurs tonight playing in their 31st game of the year. 7-3 Laredo, and here's the batter, Gabe Suarez. Suarez shows bunt and takes that one for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Beckman on the year, 1-0. So 1 win and no losses, a 2.29 ERA over 15 games. He pitched yesterday against Joplin. No balls and 1 strike. Beckman likes to set low. He throws from the side and pitches here, and bunt shown again. And that time, that one's also taken for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. So Beckman firing strikes here in the early going in his appearance this evening. So now Suarez has to go ahead and protect up there at the plate. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off down the right field line. That'll get onto the grass berm. That's down the right field line where a bunch of kids can go down there and play. Good play area for the youth of Joplin. Wide open spaces out there. And I have seen kids playing down there throughout the night and throughout yesterday night as well. So they're using it wisely. So Beckman gave up a run yesterday. It actually been 5 games before he gave up a run. So he fastball low and inside. And a strikeout on the board for Ryan Beckman. Like I said, Beckman doing well in a Lemurs uniform. He has been impressive with that 2.29 earned run average. So he's got a strikeout right now, and here comes Michael Gonzalez to the plate. So Beckman works out of the stretch with nobody on. He throws, and that one is called a strike on the inside corner. Michael Gonzalez, a native of Venezuela, from San Francisco, Venezuela. He's currently 29 years old. He was a Rockies draft pick back in 2008. He was actually drafted twice by the Rockies, but didn't come out the first time. They liked him so much, they took him again a second time. The 0-1 swung in a ground ball. That's past Silverio, the third baseman, into left field. That'll be a base hit for Michael Gonzalez, his second hit of the night for Joplin. And here comes Mitch Glasser to the plate. We'll talk a little bit more about Michael Gonzalez. He played in the Rockies organization until 2011, and then he found himself in Indy ball with the El Paso Diablos. Now Bel Nieves coming in to talk to Ryan Beckman. And Bel Nieves maybe with an idea or two how to hold Michael Gonzalez to first base. We'll see if Beckman's even going to worry about it. The Lemurs are up by 4 right now as Glasser getting ready to step into the batter's box. Glasser having a good night. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. So Gonzalez with his lead from first. Gonzalez does have a stolen base tonight already. He's always a threat to go. He's got 16 on the year, and a quick toss over to first, and Gonzalez does a karaoke back into the bag at first. Yeah, when Gonzalez joined the El Paso Diablos back in 2012, he played all 100 games. He had a very good batting average of .330 after all 100 games. Picked up 141 hits that year. The pitch swung on, and that one's dribbled up the third baseline, foul by Glasser. And that season, he had 40 stolen bases. In the 2013 season, in 99 games for El Paso, Michael Gonzalez, the runner at first base, played 99 games and picked up 130 base hits and hit .337, so he hit a little bit better even though he had less base hits. And that year with 47 stolen bases, so he even had more that season for El Paso. No balls and 1 strike. A long hold now by Beckman, and he'll finally throw, and that one is a slider low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last year in Lincoln, Gonzalez only played 7 games there, and he spent some time with the Arkansas Travelers of the Texas League. He actually played 89 games for Arkansas, but he also spent some time with the Yucatan team of the Mexican League. It's AAA in the Mexican League as the toss goes over to first base, and Gonzalez is back in safely. Lemurs up 7-3, a 1-1 count here to Mitch Glasser. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the hold and the pitch. That one is on the outside corner for a strike. Gonzalez also played 5 games with Yucatan last season in the Mexican League. So he's played 26 games here with Joplin this year. And we told you earlier, batting .317 to start the day. So Gonzalez with his lead from first base. And he takes a couple of shuffle steps off of the bag, and now he'll head back to first base as he draws Ryan Beck. The runner over at first base was moving, so he decided to go ahead and keep holding the baseball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beckman throws, and the pitch is swung on and missed. A slider. And that's going to be strike 3. So 2 down, and Carlos Ramirez now with an opportunity to hit. Ramirez on the day, he's 0 for 3. Lemurs up 7-4. Lifetime for Michael Gonzalez. He has 194 stolen bases, making 195 with the one that he picked up today. And his highest stolen base output was that 47 number that I mentioned to you when he played for El Paso back in 2013. Beckman holds, the runner goes, the pitch is low, the throw down to second base is on 1 hop, the tag is in time, and the Lemurs got him out. Nice throw there by Brian Peterson, a 1-hopper right on the money, and laying down the tag was Valdez. And that's going to do it for the Blasters. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. Lemurs are up 7-3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new chicken tenderloins, served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club.
Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific Boys and Girls Clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
The center fielder, number 55, Dennis Smith.
All right, Phipps coming up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Lemurs up 7-3, holding tight to that lead right now here. Ryan Beckman doing a good job carving through the Joplin Blasters there in the bottom of the 7th inning, allowing a hit, but Brian Peterson throwing out Michael Gonzalez trying to steal second base to end the inning. So the Lemurs are up by 4, and here we go with Phipps, Wiley, and Silverio, and they're going to be facing off against Victor Capion, who's coming out to pitch now for the Joplin Blasters. Capion spent a short time with the Lemurs last year. He was with the club one game, or he pitched in one game. Here's Dennis Phipps, so Capion a semi-familiar face to the Lemurs. So righty-righty matchup here, and Capion throws sidearm, and it buzzes Dennis Phipps off of the plate. Capion this year with the Joplin Blasters, he's 3-0 with a 1.12 earned run average over 15 games. He has pitched in 16 innings, has given up 10 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them have been earned. He's given up 1 long ball and has given up 5 walks with 20 strikeouts, so pretty good strikeouts with 16 innings pitched. 20-16. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is swung and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Phipps on the day. He's officially 2 for 4. A couple of singles, a couple of RBIs. He's also scored a run. He reached on an error back in the 3rd. His hits came in the 1st and in the 4th inning. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Phipps. Capion working out of the stretch with nobody on. He delivers, and that one is low for a ball. Now Phipps will back out of the batter's box and take a little bit of a breather. Capion from the Dominican Republic, currently 25 years old. He played in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization for a while, starting back in 2008. Went all around the Diamondbacks organization and made it up to AAA for a short time. In fact, played 10 games in the AAA system with the Reno Aces back in 2012. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. So Phipps will be looking at a 2-2 count. That was a swooping slider thrown up there by Capion.
Come on, you make more noise than that.
So Phipps back into the batter's box after taking a round trip around home plate. He saw the view, he saw the sights. Wanted to check some things out. Now he's back into the batter's box and ready to go on the 2-2 pitch. Now Capion's going to step off the back of the rubber quickly, and he wants to reset everything. Phipps will back out of the batter's box after that and grab some pine tar on the upper part of the bat. Just kind of swirled his hand around the upper part of the bat, trying to make sure he had some good grip. Phipps will throw a bat every now and then. We've seen that. Here's the 2-2 throw home, and that one swung on and popped foul off to the right, and that's out of play. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lemurs up 7-3. Second game of a 3-game set between these two clubs. One more tomorrow night, another 6:35 p.m. start here from Joplin, and then the Lemurs will take a bus ride home. They'll go all the way back down to Laredo. It's about a 12-hour plus drive down to Laredo. And the Lemurs will have to get ready to play Grand Prairie the very next day. Not going to be an easy task with a quick turnaround. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, and that's strike 3 to Phipps. Strikes out for the first time tonight. Does Dennis. The Lemurs are currently on the 12th game of a 32 straight game day without a day off. So they'll play 32 straight without a day off, and this is the 12th game of that little fantastic outing that the Lemurs are on. There's going to be a lot of travel in between there for the Laredo Lemurs. So I'll have to get off the bus and play a lot of games that same day. Not an easy task by any means. Pretty brutal travel here in the American Association. This is by far the biggest bus league in minor league baseball. Here's the pitch to Wiley. That one misses low and outside. I would fathom to say that the Lemurs probably had the longest bus rides in all of minor league baseball. Lemurs all the way down in South Texas. The closest team is Grand Prairie, the Air Hogs, and the Lemurs take 6.5 hours just to get there. 1 ball and no strikes. And the kick and the throw home, and that one is a strike on the outside corner. Evens up the count to 1-1. Wiley 0 for 4 today. He's grounded out to first base, flew out to right, struck out looking, and then popped out to the shortstop. So a 1-1 count. Lemurs up 7-3. Capion sets and gets ready to throw home. He kicks the leg and throws, and that one is a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lemurs this month, in the month of June, sitting with a 12-8 record. In the month of May, really got off to a rough start. They went 3-7 in the month of May. Wasn't a merry month of May for Laredo by any means. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but they've charged back, and the Lemurs are sitting with a 15-15 record here after 30 ball games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Gonna make it a 2 ball, 2 strike count. So Wiley out of the batter's box, checking everything, making sure he's all right, and make sure the helmet is on nice and tight. And steps back into the box, waves the bat over the plate a couple of times. Capion ready to go. He'll do the spin and the throw, and that one swung and missed by Wiley. A fastball low and away, and Wiley couldn't resist. That'll be the second strikeout here in the inning. And Juan Silverio is going to come up to the plate. Well, Juan Silverio having a nice day for himself. Even though he struck out looking in his first at bat, he doubled in his second with an RBI, and he picked up another double in the 4th inning with 2 RBIs. Lemurs put up 1 run back in the 1st. They scored another in the 3rd inning and put up a total of 5 in the 4th for the Laredo Lemurs. Blasher's got a run in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th inning. So that's where the Lemurs sit. 7-3 the score. Brian Peterson on deck for the Lemurs if they can get to him. Capion will throw home, and that one is inside, as backing off of the plate is Silverio. Lemurs scoring first in the ball game back in the 1st inning, and they're 10-6 when they score first in games. Always good to set the pace early. Here's the 1-0. That one is way inside. Silverio has to jackknife out of the way of that one. When the Lemurs are leading after the 7th inning, they're 11-0. When they lead after the 8th, they're 13-0. So they haven't given up any come-from-behind victories to any baseball team so far this year. But when they're trailing after 7 and 8, they have not done well. They've only come back once to win. They're 1-12 after 7 innings and 0-11 after trailing after 8 innings this season. 2 balls and no strikes. So Capion taking his sweet time up there on the hill. And the 2-0 pitch. That's called a strike as it goes down the middle of the plate. And make it 2 balls and 1 strike. When the Lemurs are tied after 7 and 8, they're 2-1 and 1-0. So after 7 innings, they're tied. They're 2-1. And after 8 innings, when they're tied, they're 1-0. So 2-1 pitch coming up. Here it is. That one is swung on and missed. Kind of gives you an idea what the Lemurs might face tonight here, leading after 7 innings. They're already leading after 7, and I told you earlier they are 11-0 after leading after 7 innings. The bullpen's been so solid for Laredo. They don't give up a lot of runs. They've been very crisp and clean. Manager Pete Gavay said earlier it's the best bullpen he's had since the 2012 season, and I second that notion. Lemurs had a very nice bullpen back in 2012. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Capion throws, and that one is swung on a line drive into right field. It's going to fall for a hit, so Silverio breaks up the strikeout streak that Capion was on. He struck out the first 2 batters that he faced. So that'll break up that little strikeout streak. And here comes Brian Peterson to the plate now for Laredo. Peterson 1 for 4 in his return to the Laredo Lemurs. His first game back with the team here tonight. He has done well behind the plate, throwing out a base runner, Michael Gonzalez, which is not easy to do in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Peterson still has the strong arm that he was given as a young man. Brian Peterson has a tattoo on his right arm of flames that go up from the wrist to the middle of his forearm. Yes, he does have a firearm. It is a hose. One of the strongest arms I've ever seen, and it's very, very accurate. I highly advise against running against Brian Peterson if you have a choice. Runner at first base and 2 down. Here's the pitch, and Peterson takes low and outside. Lemurs this year, when they're scoring 3 or more runs, they have a stellar record, 15 wins and 5 losses. So they're pretty strong when they put up a lot of runs in a ball game. 1 ball and no strikes to Peterson. 2 outs in the inning. We're in the top of the 8th. Capion with a hold and the throw, and that one is low and outside. Grabbed by Ramirez as it goes sweeping across the plate, but low in the zone, so that'll miss for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So Peterson wears his pant legs all the way down to his shoe tops. Now Capion's going to step off the back of the rubber. So 2 balls and no strikes. Silverio off at first base. He has a stolen base earlier in the game. It was his first of the season. That came in the 6th inning. The pitch, swung on and a fly ball hitting the right center field gap. Solorzano going after it. He's going to have to climb up the hill. He'll go up the hill and make the catch in right center field. So that's going to do it for Laredo, and a nice catch there by Solorzano going up the hill and making the catch out there in right center field. So the Lemurs go down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Lemurs up 7-3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip-sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
Now batting the designated hitter number 11.
All right, coming up to the plate, Carlos Ramirez is going to start things off. He was up at the plate when the inning came to an end when Brian Peterson threw out the runner at second base, so he gets to restart his at-bat here. 7-3, Lemurs in the lead. A new pitcher on for Laredo. It's B.J. Hyatt coming in to take things over. So Ryan Beckman's all done. The Lemurs on their fourth pitcher of the night. Matt Lucen got the start, went 5 innings, did a nice job for Laredo. Then Luis De La Cruz, the newest Lemur, came in and pitched in an inning, gave up a run. Ryan Beckman shut things down, only gave up a hit, but struck out 2. Now B.J. Hyatt up on the hill. So the Lemurs up by 4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Carlos Ramirez, the former Lemur, starting off for the Joplin Blasters. Here's Hyatt. Hyatt will work out of the stretch with nobody on. He throws a fastball that misses high. Hyatt on the season, a 1-0 record, a .77 ERA, pitching in his 14th game of the year. Hyatt has not given up a run since May 29th for the Laredo Lemurs, so he has been stellar in his outings for the Lemurs so far. 1 ball and no strikes, and the delivery, and that one swung in a ground ball up the middle, ranging for it. Medeiros, he dives, and it's underneath his mitt. Actually might have tipped his mitt as it goes a little bit more into center field off the end of his mitt, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Carlos Ramirez. So here comes Bayo to the plate, the designated hitter tonight. Last night, Bayo was working as the catcher. So B.J. Hyatt, drafted by the Astros, and spent a short time in their organization, ended up having labrum surgery, and after that got released. So this labrum apparently is in his shoulder. I asked him the other day, I have no idea where our labrum's at. I said, BJ, where's your labrum at, by the way? And he pointed to his shoulder, and he said, it's right in here. It's actually apparently the tendon that holds all the shoulder together. I had no idea what a labrum is. Lemurs up by 4. And the pitch. Whoa, a curveball, but that falls over the plate for a strike to Bayo as Bayo goes bailing out of the way of it. Starting to hear that surgery quite a bit more, so I thought I'd figure out what the heck it is. You know, when I hear labrum, I think like in the back someplace. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on a line drive to left, but that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, I think it's so, you know, when I hear the word, I always thought it was like behind the shoulder blade for some reason. I don't know why, maybe because the lat muscles are there, but no, he told me it's in the shoulder, so that was interesting. Glad I learned that. Sometimes you just have to ask questions, right? Get into the players' minds a little bit and figure out what's going on down there when they have these surgeries. I know what a Tommy John surgery is. That is a very, very important surgery that guys are having quite a bit these days, and you always know what that is. It's been around for a long time now, the Tommy John surgery. Got a lot of Lemurs with the Tommy John surgery. Mark Haynes has had 2 of them, and he's trying to work his way back with the club. Here's a swing and a line drive in the left field off the bat of Bayo, and it's back-to-back base hits for the Blasters here. So the Blasters against B.J. Hyatt, they're seeing the ball pretty well. Well, it's time to get to the scoreboard from around the American Association. We'll do that. Get you up to date on what's going on in the rest of the league. And Lincoln and Fargo, they're all done. They started their game at 6:43 in the Central Time Zone. We started around 7:38, I think, tonight. Yeah, 7:38 was the game time. Now Peterson out there talking things over with Hyatt as well as Abel Nieves. Lemurs up 7-3. Gary's up 4-0 over Winnipeg. They're in the top of the 8th. And the home plate umpire is going to try to break things up here between the players up on the mound. So runners at first and second base and nobody out for the Joplin Blasters. Omar Luna is going to be the batter. And he's 1 for 3 on the day. He got a single in his last at bat and stole 2 bases, came around to score a run. So he kind of created that whole at bat all by himself, coming in to score. Grand Prairie and Amarillo. Grand Prairie's up 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're playing in Amarillo, the blow dryer of Amarillo. That is a hot place. So Hyatt's going to set. He'll look back at second base at Carlos Ramirez and throw home, and this one's tapped off the plate. Charging Valdez. He'll tag the runner going between first and second and throw over to first base to get the double play. Nicely done there. So Bayo's out, and so is Omar Luna. Ramirez heads up to third base. And it's a 4 unassisted, and the 4-3 put out to turn the double play. And 2 outs made quickly here, and here comes Steve Tinoco. So Tinoco with a double earlier in the ball game. He came around to score one. He's one of the 3 runs up on the board for the Blasters. Wichita's beating Sioux Falls right now 7-2. They're in the top of the 9th inning, so that game is almost over. And it looks like Wichita will go on and win that one. And St. Paul and Sioux City, they're battling it out up there in St. Paul. And St. Paul's up 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So another good game between those 2 clubs. A runner at third base and 2 down. 7-3 Lemurs. And into the batter's box is Tinoco. Here's the pitch. Curveball is underneath Brian Peterson. He looks back behind him, but is right underneath him, and he's able to find it quickly. So 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, so the Lemurs need to hold on here and then hold on one more time against the Blasters. Joplin is good at coming back. They've done so 5 times this year, coming back to win ball games in the late innings. So they do not give up. They do not go away easily. The 1-0 delivery. That one spins the batter off the plate. Steve Tinoco has to get out of the way. So as long as Hyatt makes it through this inning, we'll probably see John Breberia in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Breberia has been lights out for the Laredo Lemurs so far this year. He has been a very nice relief pitcher that the Lemurs have brought into the club. So 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Hyatt looks into Peterson. He gets the sign. He shakes yes. And the throw home. Swung on and fouled out of play. So that one's spoiled. And we'll see another pitch. B.J. Hyatt, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's out of South Carolina. He's currently 26 years old. He'll throw a fastball, a slider, and a splitter. He has not given up a run in his last 9 outings over the last 7 2/3 innings of work. So pretty impressive stuff here. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung in a ground ball up the middle. Ranging for it. Medeiros. Medeiros has it. He'll square up. Throw over to first base, and it's in time to get the out. And that's going to do it for the Joplin Blasters. Nice job by the new young man shortstop, Jared Medeiros. He is playing very well over there. Like watching the youngsters play. That'll do it for the Blasters. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're going to the top of the 9th. The Lemurs up 7-3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindará. Tammy U me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. Tammy U me impulsa a ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por Tammy U.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tammyu.edu y sé impulsado.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. All right, back here at Joe Becker Stadium, Bill Harrington along with you here. The Lemurs are up 7-3 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's Bailey, Medeiros, and Valdez coming up for Laredo. And a new pitcher on for the Joplin Blasters, Winston Abreu, coming on to pitch. 6'4", 215 pounds out of the Dominican Republic. And he works out of the stretch immediately, and he throws home to Luke Bailey, and it's a breaking ball that clips the inside corner of the plate. 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for Laredo. 3 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the home team, the Joplin Blasters, here at Joe Becker Stadium. So Abreu will deliver again. The 0-1 swung on, and that's fouled off of the catcher someplace. So no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Winston Abreu and his buddy behind the plate, Carlos Ramirez, were walking today, and I was out to lunch with my buddy Sean Tiemann, the broadcaster for the Joplin Blasters, and we saw Winston Abreu and Carlos Ramirez walking from the host family house to the ballpark, and it was a pretty long jaunt, according to them, when we picked him up. So we said, get on in the back of the car, give him a taxi ride over here to the ballpark. Saved him a couple of miles. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. That one is swung on and missed. And Bailey goes down swinging on 3 pitches. So that was pretty nasty stuff there being thrown up there by Winston Abreu. Abreu starting the day with a 2-0 record and no ERA. He's pitched in 12 games, so he has not given up any earned runs so far this season. He did give up 1 run against Lincoln, but it was unearned. So this guy has been throwing up all kinds of zeros so far this season. He has been nasty. This is his 20th professional season. Yep, 20th professional season, 3rd in independent baseball. He's currently 37 years old. Here's the delivery to Medeiros, and Medeiros takes a strike on the outside corner. Abreu pitched for the Bridgeport Bluefish in 2014 and 2013. That's in the Atlantic League. He's a former major leaguer who spent parts of 3 seasons with the Orioles, Nationals, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland. He delivers here, and that one is swung on and missed. A breaking ball looked like a changeup on the inside corner. Abreu started his pro career at 17 years old back in 1994 with the Atlanta Braves Gulf Coast League team. He signed as an amateur back in 1993 and has taken the field for over 20 minor league franchises. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Man, 6 straight pitches and 2 strikeouts here for Abreu. He is throwing some nasty stuff up there. Here comes Jeudy Valdez. So Valdez will have his work cut out for him. Lemurs up 7-3. Good thing they're not trying to work from behind with this guy up on the hill. He's nasty up there. Abreu has spent 4 seasons in the Mexican League. That's AAA ball in the Mexican League. So a new set of signs going to be thrown down by Carlos Ramirez, the catcher for the Joplin Blasters. So here's Abreu. He throws home, and that one is swung on and missed. Pops around a little bit. It might have been tipped, but the umpire did not give us a sign that it was tipped with the ball ping-ponging around back behind home plate. So not quite sure if it was tipped or not. Abreu has been a part of affiliated ball with the Braves, Cubs, Royals, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Rays, Orioles, Nationals, Indians, and Blue Jays. Whew, that was a mouthful. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning. We're in the top of the 9th. Lemurs up 7-3. And Abreu kicks the leg and throws home, and that one is way inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Abreu last pitched an affiliated ball in the States for the Las Vegas 51s back in 2011. That's AAA of the Pacific Coast League with the Toronto Blue Jays. Las Vegas is now a Mets affiliate. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Blue Jays no longer with them. I believe the Blue Jays are with the Buffalo Bisons. Here's a swing and a line drive down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to take a couple of hops and go all the way out to the wall. Around first and heading into second base is Jeudy Valdez. So Valdez stings Abreu. He picks up a double, and here comes Abel Nieves. He's going to see what he can do against him. 2 outs in the inning. Lemurs up by 4. For Abreu, the most work he got in the big leagues was back in 2007 with Washington. He pitched in 26 games in relief, went 0-1 with a 5.93 ERA. He has pitched in 645 games in the minors. That is a lot of baseball being pitched. Well, over 20 years, you're going to get a lot of baseball in. Here's Abreu coming set. He'll look back at second base with the runner there. And Valdez is taken off. The pitch is low and inside, and Valdez will be given the bag. So we'll see if that's a defensive indifference or not. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 down. So Belnieva is looking to pick up another base hit. He's got a couple of doubles tonight. He looks at this one and it clips the outside corner for a strike. Went right across the knees. So that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Lemurs with 14 hits tonight. The home team, the Joplin Blasters, with 11. But Joplin has left some runners on here this evening. A 1-1 count. Belnieva goes into his crouch. Puts the bat back up behind his head. Does a little windmill with it over his head. And here's the 1-1 delivery. That is low for a ball. So the catcher, Ramirez, looks back and gets a new baseball from the home plate umpire. The umpire says, that one's pretty good. We'll go ahead and put it into the ball bag and keep it there. So Abreu taking his time, getting back up on top of the hill. And it's a 2-1 count. The umpire puts his hands up and lets everybody know the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. They have it right up on the scoreboard, so no worries there. Wind blowing out to left field right now, and Abreu will kick high and throw home, and that one is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. Ooh, that's nasty. Belnieva is diving out of the way of that one as it comes over the plate for a strike. That is never fun. You think the ball's coming at you, and next thing you know, it's dipping right over the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nieves with a little bit of a lean back, and now he'll lean forward and get into his batter's crouch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third base, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, missed, strike 3. And Abreu has struck out the side, even though he gives up a double there in the middle. He strikes out the side. All 3 Lemurs go down swinging here in the top of the 9th inning. But the Lemurs have the lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. They're up 7-3. They're going to look to close it out. I have a funny feeling John Burby is going to be coming into the ball game. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries. Which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words. Which led to the invention of spell check. Which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle del Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transports to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people, epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
All right, John Berbria does indeed take over on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Lemurs looking to close this one out. They're up 7-3 in the ball game and looking to take the second straight game against the first place Joplin Blasters. So the Lemurs looking to make a statement of their own here as they start off with a couple of victories, or they're trying to start off with a couple of victories here against Joplin. So for the Blasters, it's going to be the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Jake Taylor, Jesus Solorzano, and Gabe Suarez coming up to the plate. Taylor having a good night. He's 2 for 3 in the game with a single and a double. So he's 2 for 3 overall. So here's Berbria crawling up on top of the hill. Berbria has been stellar for Laredo. He'll kick and throw home, and that is a pitch that misses in the dirt. Berbria 0-1 on the season, but a very nice ERA, a 1.22 ERA over 15 games that he has appeared in. He has not allowed a run in the last 11 outings that he's thrown in. That's through 11 innings. He's also had 18 strikeouts in that time. So 7-3 Laredo. The pitch. That one is inside for a ball. So Berbria last year with Sioux Falls during the regular season went 3-2 and a 3.30 ERA over 34 games. So pitched pretty well last year as well. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. And that one is on the inside corner for a strike. Make it 2 balls and 1 strike, just slightly above the knees there on the inside corner with the fastball. Berbria brings it up 95, 96 miles an hour with his fastball. So he can throw it pretty good. One of the best in the league. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Makes it a 2-2 count. Besides the fastball, Berbria also has a slider, a cutter, and a changeup. So he likes to bring those pitches to the party as well. Berbria will spin and throw on the 2-2, and that one is just outside. A close pitch there. The Lemurs don't get the call. That's going to make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count here to the leadoff man, Jake Taylor, in the bottom of the 9th inning. Berbria definitely wants to set the tone by getting the first out. He'll kick, he'll throw, and that one swung on and a pop-up over to the right, and that's going to get well out of play. Sounded like Taylor broke his bat, but he's not going back to the dugout. So I guess it's okay. Haven't even seen him tap it on the ground or anything. So I guess he'll go and stick with that stick. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Berbria will wind and throw, and that one swung on, and a fly ball into right field. Coming out quickly is Taylor. The ball is going to fall in front of him. So a base hit, an inside-out job by Jake Taylor, and that's his 3rd hit of the ball game. And Jesus Solorzano coming up to the plate. Well, the Joplin Blasters have 5 come-from-behind victories in the 9th inning here at this ballpark this season. So they've had a lot of magic here at the Beck so far this year at the Joe Becker Stadium. But John Berbria up on the mound. Very tough pitcher for anybody to face off against. Here's Jesus Solorzano. The Lemurs will be looking for a double play ball right here. And the delivery to the shoulder man, as they call him, as that one's in the dirt. It'll get behind the catcher, Peterson, and it'll go all the way back to the wall. Taylor's going to be on second base on a wild pitch. So Solorzano sitting with the runner in scoring position now and nobody out. Solorzano in his first at bat, he walked tonight. Then he struck out in the 4th and struck out again in the 6th inning. So Berbria holds the ball behind his back as he looks in and gets the sign by Brian Peterson. Runner takes a big lead from second base, and the pitch. High and inside. Well, that run really doesn't mean anything, so Jake Taylor can dance around all he wants back there. The Lemurs are really focused on getting the guy at the plate. They need to get 3 outs, and the Lemurs were up 4, so unless the bases get loaded, they're really not going to be too worried. Here comes the 2-0. That one called a strike on the outside part of the plate. That one right at the thigh. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Jesus Solorzano. Solorzano with 1 wave over the plate with the bat. And Berbria out of the stretch. He'll take a couple of looks back to second base. Now he throws home, and that one swung on and missed. Strike 2. So Brebbia really going back there and get it all he could on that fastball. And Solorzano swinging right through it. Solorzano started the day batting .286. He's got 3 home runs and 14 RBIs on the season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brebbia out of Massachusetts. He'll come set. And he throws home again. And that one is swung on and tapped right in front of home plate. Peterson's going to grab it. He'll spin. He'll throw over to first base, and it's going to be in time to get the out at first base. Nicely done there by the catcher, Brian Peterson. But on the play, Jake Taylor moves up to third base. So a 2-3 put out for the first out, and Gabe Suarez is going to get a chance to hit with a runner at third. 7-3 Lemurs, bottom of the 9th inning here. And Gabe Suarez on the day, he's 0 for 3. So Brebbia going to do a little house cleaning up there on the hill as he kicks a little dirt off the rubber. So Suarez into the batter's box. Brebbia working out of the stretch again. He'll throw home, and ooh, high and tight. Look out there. He's buzzing his tower. Suarez starting the day batting .222. He's in his 11th season as a professional, his 7th stint in the Indy ranks. Currently 30 years old. He was born in Denver. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one spins him off of the plate. Suarez played for the Kansas City T-Bones in 2011. His first independent season was in 2005 with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. He reached as high as AA ball with Reading back in 2010. 2 balls and no strikes. And the kick and the throw home, and that one is a fastball in the inside corner right at the belt. So 2-1. Lemurs up by 4 with 1 out. Jake Taylor's at third base. He reached on a single to right field. And Taylor throws home, and that one swung and fouled back into the screen. So going to be a 2-2 pitch coming up next. Suarez spent the winter of 2012 in the Australian Baseball League with the Adelaide Bite. That's also a team that Byron Wiley has played for in the past. I think Wiley was there in 2013. So a 2-2 count. That'd be a lot of fun to go to Australia. They play down in Australia, and I believe in late November they start, and they play through December and part of January. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and they only play on the weekends, Thursday through Sunday. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and a ground ball over to the right side. Abel Nieves dives for it, but it's by him. Coming in to score is Jake Taylor. And a run is scored off of John Brebbia. That is going to be an earned run. No, we haven't seen that happen in a long time against the Laredo Lemurs relief pitcher John Brebbia. Like I told you earlier, Brebbia not allowed a run in his last 11 outings. So he gives up a run here tonight. Well, it was bound to be broken sooner or later if you get enough outings. Someone's going to get to you. So here comes Michael Gonzalez, the leadoff man for the Joplin Blasters. There's 1 out, and the Lemurs again going to be looking for the double play ball. 7-4 Lemurs. Mitch Glasser's on deck, but the Lemurs going to go ahead and try to erase things here. The pitch, a fastball down the middle. That one's called a strike. So an 0-1 count. Brebbia right back to work. He's up there on the hill looking into Brian Peterson. He wants to get the ball out of his hands. He checks on first. He throws home, and a breaking ball swung on and fouled off. Man, that was a hard break. Whatever that pitch was, had a good nasty break to it. Don't think it was a slider. Wasn't really swooping out there, but it might have been his cutter. Kind of hard to tell if you're not directly behind home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez on the day. He's got 2 hits in the ball game. He's also scored a run for the Joplin Blasters. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. The fastball swung on, and that's fouled out of play. High up out of in the air and way back out of play.
Good starting pitching in this series. Tomorrow, it will be the aces. 2 right-handers going. Martinez.
So Gonzalez digging back into the batter's box. Waves the bat over the plate. Brebbia back up on the hill. He'll throw the 0-2 pitch. That one is in the dirt. Brian Peterson coming out of his crouch looking to throw down to first base, but he holds on to the baseball instead. Michael Gonzalez with his hit here today. He's currently on a 7-game hitting streak in the American Association. This guy's always been a good ball player, starting the day batting .317, and that's going to go up a little bit after tonight's ball game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung in a ground ball over to the shortstop. Medeiros is in front of it. He'll flip to Valdez for 1. Over to first base. It is in time, and the Lemurs have won the ball game as they turn a double play to end the game. Very nicely done there by the Laredo Lemurs as they go on to win by a final score of 7-4 against the Joplin Blasters, who are in first place, but the Lemurs get another game off of that. They are now 3 games back behind the Joplin Blasters in the American Association South Division with the win here tonight. The Lemurs will go for the sweep tomorrow night against Joplin as they will send Omar Ben Cuomo to the mound. We'll take a timeout, come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, High Gadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Flakes, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. The Laredo Lemurs post-game show is coming your way next.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Since Ascending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Ascending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation.
Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs post-game show. Laredo Lemurs Baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, High Gadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Flakes, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Now here's Bill Harrington with Laredo Lemurs post-game show.
All right, Bill Harrington back here at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, Missouri, as the Lemurs go on to win their second straight game against the Joplin Blasters. Tonight, the Laredo Lemurs win 7-4. The Joplin Blasters tried to put on a comeback, but the Lemurs squashed that there in the ninth inning and go on to win by a final score of 7-4. Lemurs picked up 7 runs on 14 hits, 1 error tonight. They left 13 runners on base. Joplin picked up 4 runs on 13 hits. They had 2 errors, and they left 6 runners on base. The winning pitcher was Matt Lucen for the Laredo Lemurs. John Jones took the loss for the Joplin Blasters. Game was played in 3 hours and 29 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,004 people here at Joe Becker Stadium. So let's go over the game for you real quick. For the Laredo Lemurs, they got on the board first in the ball game when Kevin Taylor came in to score. He reached on a fielder's choice, and then Abel Nieves, who was already on a double, was caught between second and third base when Kevin Taylor hit the ball. So Nieves got into a little bit of a pickle, and that allowed Kevin Taylor to go from first to second base on the same batted ball. And then Dennis Phipps came out to the plate. He had a ground ball into left field, and that scored Kevin Taylor. So the Lemurs took an early 1-0 lead in the ball game. The Lemurs would go up 2-0 in the third inning when they'd grab a run after a single by Abel Nieves, and then Kevin Taylor into a fielder's choice, wiping out Nieves at second base for the first out of the inning. And then Dennis Phipps reached on an error to put runners at first and second base, and with 2 down, Juan Silverio came up to the plate. He doubled and drove in the second run for Laredo of the ball game. So the Lemurs up 2-0 there. And then the Blasters would get on the board in the bottom of the third inning with Michael Gonzalez reaching on a single. He would steal second and would go to third base on a throw by the catcher, Brian Peterson, into center field. So he would end up at third base, and then a base hit by Mitch Glasser to bring home Gonzalez to make it a 2-1 ball game at the time. The Lemurs would then come up in the top of the fourth, and that's when they would explode in the ball game, scoring 5 runs in the inning. And they would start off at the bottom of the order with Luke Bailey, the 8-hitter, coming up to the plate. He would single. That'd be followed by a Madero single to put runners at first and second base for the Laredo Lemurs. Then a sac bunt would be laid down by J.D. Valdez to move guys up to second and third. A double by Abel Nieves to bring in both runners, so the Lemurs would then go up 4-1 in the game. And Kevin Taylor would come up to the plate. He would single, and that would send Abel Nieves back over to third base, and Dennis Phipps would then single, driving home Abel Nieves, so the Lemurs would be up 5-1 after that single there. And then later on in the inning, Juan Silverio doubled, driving in 2 runs. Both Kevin Taylor and Dennis Phipps would come in to score, and that's how the Lemurs got their 5 runs in the fourth. After that, it'd be pretty silent for Laredo. They wouldn't put up another run against the bullpen of the Joplin Blasters, but they had enough runs already up on the board to win the ball game. Joplin would grab a run in the bottom of the fourth inning, a double by Steve Tinoco, and he would be doubled in by Jake Taylor for the Joplin Blasters to make it a 7-2 game at the time, and then another run up in the sixth and one more run up in the ninth for Joplin. And the 3 of the 4 runs for the Joplin Blasters, actually all the runs for the Joplin Blasters, all the guys reached on base hits to start off innings for Joplin, and all those guys ended up coming in to score here in the ball game. So a 7-4 final here from Joplin, Missouri, as the Lemurs go on and win their second game in a row. After coming off a tough series against the Amarillo Thunderheads, the Lemurs ended up going 1-3 in Amarillo. And if you look at, how all these teams are playing, the Lemurs have had a tough time with the Amarillo Thunderheads in the early going. The Lemurs have only won 3 games out of the 7 that they've played out of the 8 that they played against each other. So Lemurs are 3-5 against Amarillo, but they come in here and play a first-place Joplin Blasters team and have taken the first 2 games against them. The Lemurs beat the Wichita Wingnuts 2 out of 3 earlier this season up in Wichita. So the Lemurs have played the tough teams very tough. And Amarillo, who's, I'm not going to say they're not a tough team because they are. They're obviously, right around 500 right now, but they're just trying to find themselves just like the Lemurs are. And the Lemurs, hopefully, after this series, would have found themselves here as they move on and get ready to play the Grand Prairie Airhogs when they get home. But first, they have a game tomorrow against the Joplin Blasters here. So let's go over the scoreboard in the American Association and let you know how things all turned out. There might be some games in action still throughout the AA, but we'll go ahead and let you know how things worked out. Lincoln beat Fargo 2-1. That is a final. Grand Prairie and Amarillo still playing. Grand Prairie's up 8-2. St. Paul 6, Sioux City 4. That's a final, so St. Paul wins that battle of 1 and 2 once again. So they have now taken 2 out of the first 2 games in that series. Wichita 7, Sioux Falls 2. And the Winnipeg Goldeyes and Gary South Shore Railcats hooked up. It was Gary 5, Winnipeg 2, Kansas City and New Jersey. They got rained out today. And like I said earlier, the Lemurs win tonight by a final score of 7-4. So we'll take a look at the standings quickly before we get out of here. And throughout the American Association South Division, the Blasters are now 17-10. They are in first place by a half game over the Wichita Wingnuts. Wichita is at 18-12, and the Laredo Lemurs are at 16-15, 1 game above 500, 3 games out of first place. Amarillo is at 14-16 on the year, and they're 4.5 games back, and they're in danger of losing a game right now against the Grand Prairie Air Hogs. Air Hogs are 11-19, and they might win their game, so they would move to 12-19 on the season if they do so. So that's a quick look at the South Division in the American Association. Tomorrow night, the Laredo Lemurs are going to send Omar Ben-Cuomo to the mound. He's going to try to help the Lemurs get the sweep, and this is a good guy to do so. Even though he had a rough outing in Amarillo, he's going to look to bounce back as he's been stellar so far this year. He has put up a 2-0 record for Laredo and a 2.14 ERA over 3 games. He pitched in 5 innings against Amarillo, though, in his last outing as the Lemurs lost 10-8 in that ball game. So the Lemurs came back and tied up the game, which erased the starting pitcher, Omar Ben-Cuomo, from getting a win or a loss in that one. So he's going to look to bounce back, though, after pitching in 5 innings, giving up 6 runs, 4 of them earned on 11 hits. So he'll bounce back here tomorrow night against the Joplin Blasters. But his previous 2 outings for the Lemurs, one against Kansas City and one against Wichita, was absolutely stellar. And those 2 outings led to him being called the American Association Pitcher of the Week after that week was over. So we'll see what Omar Ben-Cuomo has tomorrow night for the Laredo Lemurs going up against the Joplin Blasters as the Lemurs go for a sweep. So that'll be it for us here tonight. Lemurs win 7-4 and look for the sweep tomorrow night against the Blasters. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the broadcast, and I look forward to bringing it to you once again tomorrow night. I'm Bill Harrington saying good night from Joplin, Missouri.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Join us next time for all your Laredo Lemurs action.